704 Charlotte Bound Show. This your boy, Twan Dawn, is in the building. On a Monday, on our regularly scheduled night that we always go every week, man. Hope everybody is doing fine out there in the Panthers world. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's enjoying the sun safely, taking their trips and vacations. We want to hear all about it, man. Can't wait to get into this important subject tonight, man. If you're late to the show, if you didn't watch last week, man, I said that after arguing or debating with some people, man, that don't see the Carolina Panthers vision, I said just this. I said, man, look, I'm going to go out, get the Jaffa thumbnail and come back. And it was an important line that he did in Coming to America when the guy came up to him as he was in the back talking to Prince Akeem and said, the people are waiting. And he said, let them wait. Loud. So for the people out here that want to sleep, I'm going to let all those people sleep with the Carolina Panthers, man. You know? So look, before I get started, let me go ahead and welcome the people to the show, man. We got the prowling veteran in here. Y'all know him. It's Nick Band. Blue shirt Nick, white shirt Nick. Never know who show up. Nick is in the building, bro.
I ain't. Hey, listen, I think my character is built for this type of stuff.
Let's get it. My man, Edge, he's gonna be with us as long as he can. He gotta take care of some business today. My man Edge is in the building.
Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? Hope y'all enjoying your Monday. Hope y'all enjoy that 4th of July weekend, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. She needs no introduction, man. First lady of the show. Come at her wrong, you're gonna get scrambled, you know what I'm saying, and you're gonna lose. She basically gonna make you cry in the car, man. It's Aries Claire.
I don't know if I've ever made a grown man cry. I'm gonna have to think back in my memory Rolodex for that one. I have to think real hard. Although I need to know, Nick, what version of you is the one that swam with dolphins?
Yeah.
I don't know which one is that. I don't know which one that one was, man. That might have been
whole new persona.
Yeah, got brave.
So everybody knows what's going on out there, and guys, please give me a few minutes uninterrupted so I can get this on. What's going on with the Panthers? All the non-believers, you know what I'm saying? I've been a non-believer for a long time because we didn't have the people that we needed and the talent that we needed or the coaches that we needed. And when you know a certain level of football, we all knew this. We knew who was right and who wasn't wrong for us. People with level heads, we knew about what we were going to do in terms of winning and losing. I understand the fans do the fan thing every year, and some people say that you're going to do things that they know it's not even in the right mind to do. You know what I'm saying? Some fans is going as high as referring to guys who don't win a lot as kings. Saying guys that don't have a lot of yards, saying they're going to be the next thing or that's happening and that they're going to be the next Carolina Panther to go. So listen, all I've been hearing all season, even with all the improvements, I heard very few people and companies and shows say that, look, I think Carolina has built something special over there. And some has gone even farther to say, I think they'll make the playoffs this year. Shout out to them because they see what I see. They see what a lot of other Panthers fans who have been predominantly down on this team, you know what I'm saying, because of the things that they've done in the past. But it looks like Dan Morgan is on a different raft. It looks like he's tired of the old noise. And if he has to borrow from what he did and the success that he did when he was playing with the Carolina Panthers and bringing that here, it sounds like we finally got ourselves a great GM or has the potential to be a great GM that's just not willing to deal with the noise in the past. You don't see Dan Morgan going on a whole lot of shows trying to convince people of who we are this year. I think what he's doing is he's just going to sit back and just let everybody catch up and watch. Look, the league is sleeping on the Carolina Panthers, man. Let them sleep, bro. Let them sleep. I mean, if PFF, Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report want to sleep on us, then let them sleep. If ESPN and Fox and all the other sports networks out there want to sleep on us, let them sleep. If any podcasts out there that claim to be Carolina podcasts or non-Carolina podcasts, and you report on the Panthers every day and you say you know football, but you can't see what's happening, and you still want to sleep and say this person ain't this and that person ain't that, then let they ass sleep. All the teams around that we got to play this year that are looking at the schedule and say, oh, Carolina, oh, we're going to mark that team off. Like, that'll be whatever. Let they ass sleep. If Claire or Edge or Nick says, man, I don't know, man, you know, blah, 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 I'm going to let they ass sleep. All of them. I see what's happening, man. I see the improvement in this team. I see the drive in this team. I see that this team is bought in. I see the improvement in the practices this year. I'm seeing the workouts this year that I've never seen people work out before. I see the ambition from watching the blueprints. I see the attitude change from watching the blueprints, and they don't seem like no hype videos this year. It just seems like real videos. I see the talent. In such a long time, I see the talent on this team. What I'm preaching today and what we're going to preach on this show today and talk about is if you're somebody that sees what's happening, you see the improvement, you see the drive. You see that they're bought in. You see what's happening in the practices. You see what's happening in the workouts. You see the ambition. You see the attitude change. And you see the talent. Let everybody out there that doesn't believe sleep. We'll be wide awake this year. Pulling the crew back in here, man, before we get started with the show. Claire, Edge, Nick. I know that was a lot, you know what I'm saying? But how do y'all feel about people, or you with them, saying the Carolina Panthers can't do it this year? That they going to still give you 5 wins and that's it?
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. I ain't with that. I'm not with that with y'all. I've already said it. I've said it once. If you talk about Dan Morgan, I'm coming for your neck. That's my GM, man. The dude has done an impeccable job. I'm just like Twan, man. I'm gonna let all y'all sit here and just sleep on this thing, sleep on them because all y'all saying that all we did was pick up was B ranked players or C ranked players. I just want y'all to watch that these players are not what y'all calling them.
Edge.
Well, I guess I'll be the only one sleeping. I'm sleeping with the fishes today. Only thing if I said this once, I said it 1,000 times. I don't care about the blueprints. I don't care about the workouts. I don't care about none of that BS. That is all out the window. Show me on the field. I am Kansas City. Show me, and that's all I'm gonna say. Just show me. Just show me. That's it.
Claire?
I feel like my position's been pretty firm. It's similar to Edge. If anything, I guess you could say I'm sleeping with one eye open. It's not that I'm not bought in, but I could easily see what he, being Dan Morgan and Dave for that matter, are trying to do. I just don't believe it's going to be this year that we see this giant leap. And it's not for lack of talent, and it's not for anything else. It's the fact that we've brought in so many new guys on a defense that was ranked horribly last year. And I believe that we will improve regardless. I just don't think it's going to be this massive leap and bound of improvement. I think if we were having this conversation and it was next year, it would be a different conversation. But there's way too many unknowns with this team, even with the offense presumably staying the same outside of adding weapons or, anything of that nature. And the defense more or less got kind of like an overhaul, or you could say a makeover. But to go as far as saying that what I'm hearing other people say, which is like playoffs or even Super Bowl, I'm not willing to stretch my neck out that far and say that that's where our ceiling is, because I don't believe our ceiling is going to be that. Not this year. Next year you could make that argument, but not this year. Not until we see how everybody plays together, how their chemistry is going to be together. You can see it in a blueprint all day long, but when it's game time, there's game speed, there's cadence, everything having to meld together on the field is a totally different thing. So until I see how that looks, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with how I look at this team.
I guess we'll start right there. If you don't see it, why is it that you don't see it? I will agree with you before you go that anybody talking Super Bowl, that's probably far-fetched. However, the last time we had a team, and I'm not going there, but the last time we went to the Super Bowl, I don't think anybody said we was going to win more than 3 games that year. It was devoid of talent, especially on the offense. The reason why it worked is because you had guys that was bought in. We had the right coaches in the right places. A much improved quarterback who won the MVP that year. A defense that played bigger than anybody thought they was going to play. And you know what happened that year, Nick? Everybody fucking slept. So my first question for Claire is, what is it that you don't see yet that's where you just won't quite go there yet?
What is there? I just need to know what there is. What's there for you?
So when you're saying you have to see it first, nobody sees it first at the beginning of the year. I mean, obviously they got to play. Everything is going off of what you see based on the talent you have or whatever.
And it's all potential based.
I know, but look, when people put an all-star team together before they've ever seen them play with each other, and how many times have we seen that fail in the end? How many times have we seen that fail in football and basketball? But when people put an all-star team together, they go, this team right here going to the Super Bowl. Just to wind up being wrong. So what is it that you haven't seen yet to convince you?
I think everything you pretty much just said. I mean, I'm not going to go out here and say that any of the guys that we signed are all-stars. Are they improvements to what we currently have, or even you could say what we lost? Yes. But outside of the potential of what seeing a D-line with Bobby Brown and Derek Brown and Ashawn and Tershawn Wharton could look like, we have no clue. I can look at practices when they do not have, a top 5, top 10, whatever kind of offensive line that they're going to have to go head to head with and just go against ours. And I can make all the assumptions and say, because Christian Roseboom was able to find a hole that, because it looked good in practice, it's going to look great on the field. We're practicing, of course, and this is every team, that you practice only against your guys. That goes without saying. But I guess, again, you still didn't really answer my question. Is there for you saying what, that we're going to win the South? Is that there for you? Is that what the there is that you're wanting me to see?
What am I wanting you? No, I'm just wanting you to see the overall picture. But the thing is this, I'm not going to debate you on it. Because like I said, and shout out to Red Swarm, I see him in the chat already. I'm not arguing with people that don't believe this year. I'm not. I have the utmost strength and faith that when the season starts, we could be halfway through the season, that y'all not going to be able to come back at me and go, T-Twan, you put your neck out there and blah, blah, blah. Not with this team. I don't see it. Not with this schedule. I don't see it. Not the way the schedule starts. I don't see it. I don't.
Okay, so you don't. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think the biggest thing for me is that, like, it's just the fact that players are going to improve. And I understand we got a lot of rookies. I understand that we had a horrible season last year. I understand that, but I think they said now they're up to about 40% turnover for a team. Man, things are going to change, and I can see the vision that Dan is putting on the field. That's what I can see. I ain't saying I'm not picking no number of wins. I'm not picking to go to no Super Bowl. I'm not picking none of that. I'm picking that this team will probably make I ain't gonna say monumental leap. I'm saying they're going to make a leap towards better than what they went then, far from what they were last year.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll say
and
it.
I don't disagree with that either. Like I said, there's going to be improvement. How much, though, is what remains to be seen.
Okay, I'll put my neck out on the line. Y'all can chop it. We're definitely going to the playoffs this
year. All right.
No,
and listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Even though we can agree that the Tampa Bay might have the better team, they also have one of the oldest teams in the division.
Don't mean it's gonna work this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They also have one of the oldest teams in the division. We can all see that the Saints are probably going to be the Mickey Loomiston. That's what I'm going to say. Call it that. We can all see that, and we can all see that the Atlanta look like they've gotten better. But at the end of the day, Atlanta looked like they got better last year.
Shout out to Earl Lockley. Let me get the people in the chat real quick. So what's going on, y'all? My man Melo the Great 13, I agree. We haven't had talent on this team in about 8 years. I can see the vision that Dan and Dave had, and they rebuilt this team from the dirt. Kitty said, "What's up, sis? Hope you had a damn. I guess Claire only went in here."
Gotta represent the ladies.
I had an okay day, Kitty. It wasn't the greatest day, but I had an okay day.
Melo the Great 13 said, "Facts. They say they want to win, but don't want to do what it takes to win by accruing players, drafting quality players, and changing the culture." I see the culture changing. I see it. I don't see it up and close because I ain't in practice. But I know the pedigree of some of these guys before they got here. Red Swarm in the building. He said, Melo the Great said, most of the players we got came from winning teams, so they are already coming with that what, Nick? That winning attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Losing is not going to be an option for them.
Yeah. And I think that this is what pisses me off about people. And it ain't me arguing with them. What pisses me off, in fact, about is you see players that were second string on a winning team come to a team that was bad, and y'all want to call them C-list players. Like, these dudes was actually contributing. They just had really good players that were in front of them. That's all. I mean, if you don't see players coming from a winning culture and them just having really good players in front of them, I have a problem with that. And
Because we
a
about to
lot of
find
that's
out.
what a lot of I think
We
it's
about to find
disrespectful to
out.
call any of these players C-list players when our players was bad as hell last year.
Melo said, which is contagious because that's all they know how to do is win. And you think they're gonna come to some losing shit and then they gonna accept it? I don't see that. Kitty Kitty said, Edge, AC. Me too. So she's on the same boat. Rest Warm said wins over losses is all that matters. Exactly. I absolutely agree with that. Kitty Kitty said the rookies need time to develop. That's what they have practice for. That's where you go to practice.
But also rookies need to develop on the field too. They need to get that field time.
Right, but our rookies ain't gonna be on the field like that this year. Because we have
It looked
incredible
like Nate Fortman.
Some of them need.
It looked like Nate
Some of
Fortman
them
was
need
gonna
to
start.
be.
but we don't have to rush them.
I get we don't have to rush them, but that's the only way we're gonna know if they got it.
All right. Melo Gray said, that's what the offseason is for. Commanders did it. Texans did it. Why can't we turn our shit around in 1 year? I see a team do it every year, Melo. But somehow, some way, the Panthers can't. Logic in the building said 2026 is more likely a big leap for us than 2005 is doubtful. I mean, pretty much he's Graham McClary. He said a bunch of the rookies coming off of a horrible season with limited production from under center to expect a major boost this season. I don't see it. And if you don't see it, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to wake your ass up when the season starts. Kevin Rogers said facts, yeah. Earl Locklear said, let him sleep. Let him look. PBG said, Twan, you was funny on the podcast going on, homie, for being a Lakers fan who was from the I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I was with Big Tight last night, on the NBA joint. Kitty said, Twan, what have you and others seen that you claim a good season, possible playoffs that you asking Claire to see, considering none haven't proven anything on the field yet? That's what we're going to be talking about all tonight. Trust me, wait. JP said, I did say that it's set up to start out at least three out of the first four. We did. So I'm not chopping Twan's neck for a playoff prediction. I'm a drop kick him in that motherfucker.
JP, give him that doomsday device.
You're right, JP. Yeah, I'm totally prepared for it to go through it this year. Because guess what? When we go to the playoffs, but y'all ain't gonna be able to stand me like Nick, bro. I'm coming for all y'all asses, bro. The real HHNT said, I'll be at the preseason game versus the Browns, week 10 versus the Saints, and week 12 versus the Rams. Can't wait. Good luck, bro. Tech, the only rookie that will get significant time. You don't have to rush rookies. I agree. Kendall the GOAT making an appearance. Kendall the GOAT up here making an appearance. I want to make sure I get everybody's comment before we get started. The players we acquired, this is Melo Great 13, came from mostly the Rams, Chiefs, Vikings. Those teams win every year, which all made the playoffs last year and started by the way. So how are they not qualified players? And then the thing is, people keep making it seem like the NFC South is so weak. So how can they not get it done in our conference alone, bro? Kitty Kitty said 17. I said, oh yeah, go in the house, miss you, boo. JP, the last comment. I feel like Nick and Princely both gonna play many snaps as rooks. Who is gonna keep them off the field? Certainly not DJ. Well, DJ Johnson shouldn't be on the field. We're hoping that he gets cut. He definitely ain't gonna stand in neither one of those guys' way. Supernova more in the building, 704 family. I'm loving the positivity, bro. It's not all the way across the board. And that's, hey, look at the name of the show. The name of the show. How the damn background changed? Let me switch that shit back up. You better keep listening to the show. They're not all convinced. Dirt Roll, how we feel about the interior defense, especially the linebackers. We're gonna get into that. And Earl Lockley, I see 8 to 10 wins this year. The schedule is not very hard. We just need to win. Same game that people do not see us winning. We'll get those damn wins in, bro. Playoffs. And Real HAC said, I agree, Earl. I see about 7 at the worst, 10 at the best. And Kendall, shout out to Kendall with the Black Cat Panther podcast. Said, hey, Kitty, you know, the Black Cat is in the building, man. They travel. And we'll open it up. We'll open it up here in 5 minutes.
I'm just going. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know.
Pick your piece, bro.
The way look,
Blue,
I
go ahead. Blue shirt Ed.
look
Go ahead.
the way, and it ain't no. This ain't blue shirt. This is realistic. Is I see the players that we got. The players that we got from the offseason came from winning type players, winning type teams, and winning cultures that have been winning for years. More. They've been winning more than 3+ years. I get it. It's just a simple fact that there's certain people I just don't trust. Mainly Evero. I don't trust him running his defense. I really don't, and I don't trust the guy that's under center. I don't trust that, and also I don't trust the center that we have. Just mainly because originally I don't trust the center is because of it's just the injury factor. It's just the injury factor and what happened to him. I don't trust that. I don't trust that either.
What do you need to trust about it?
And,
Hold on, Ed. I ain't letting you get away with that one. That one, no, Ed, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna shut that one the hell down from the get go. Did we take a step back?
Stay healthy.
Let me ask you this, Ed.
I want him
Did
to
we
stay
take a
healthy.
step back? Did we take a step back when he got hurt?
Yes.
Yeah,
We took.
yeah,
So we got more interior. We had more interior pressure.
You just didn't see.
Nick, Austin Corbett was the number 1 center through the first 5 weeks. After he went down, and our line was in the top 5. After he went down, and as the year went on, we fell outside the top
and got
10.
injured again.
So yes,
And got
I
injured
can say
again.
based
Yeah.
off of rankings and how it morphed after his injury, and as the year went on, as the season went on, yes, the line did go down. I think that's going to happen to any line, though. Believe it or not, it's more common for a line to start out lower and get rise in the ranks and to start and stay steady. That's more common.
Yeah.
But either way, Austin Corbett was the number 1 ranked center in football for like 4 or 5 weeks straight.
He was that dude was the number 1 ranked freaking offensive lineman for the first like
you know what I
34
mean,
weeks.
Nick. I'm not splitting hairs.
No,
but
no,
you know
no,
what
no,
I mean.
no.
Well,
Yeah, I get
well,
that.
that's
But
what
I'm saying
that's that.
what I'm saying
But
is
when he
I
goes
did not see
down, our production goes down. Our production went down.
There was other factors into that. It's not just him. The problem that we had was because we didn't know who was going to settle in at the offensive line position, because both Brady and Cade were alternating. And I think at some point someone else also got hurt on the line and we had to rotate other people. And I know Chandler Savala had to come in at one point for somebody. For all intents and purposes, though, he didn't do too terrible when he had to step in.
No. I actually think we have good. We actually, I looked at the.
Well, that was for Damian Lewis.
Do we have that problem this year? Or do we have incredible depth at the offensive line this year?
No, we got depth. We've got
decent depth. Yeah.
We got depth. It's just that I just need him to stay healthy. I just need him to stay healthy. That's all. If he can stay healthy, then I'm good.
If the guy you don't trust the center goes down, there's somebody to replace him. If he goes down, then you got Brady Christensen behind him.
And if he goes down, then you just need to put in Mitchell Evans at center and call it a day, because then there's nobody.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, listen, if all 3 of them go down, then
that's a joke, by the way. Mitchell Evans has never played center. I threw a random tight end in there because Tommy Tremble, He has no timeline for his return, so who knows?
Yeah. It's just that. It's just that. And that's mainly what it is. And with Evero is Evero gonna like hold the defense back and not call defensive plays that Keeling does work? Is he gonna hold the defense back, or is he actually gonna do his job and actually open it up, actually open it up and let the defense do what they need to do?
Edge. The only thing I'll say to that is this: if he wants to get upgraded to being a head coach, or better yet, if he just wants a job after this year, he doesn't have a choice but to open up the scheme and playbook on his side. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't. You're right. He doesn't have a choice. But here's the thing, though. We see him play conservative defense all year round, except for maybe 3 or 4 times where he's like, "Oh, let me just throw this in here. Let's see if it works." Oh, it actually works, and never goes back to it.
So
yes, I get we didn't have the depth part of it, but since we had the depth part, is he gonna hold it? Is he gonna hold himself back and hold the defense back, or is he actually gonna have?
He doesn't have a choice. And if
I get that.
I'll make the Evero thing real simple. And I know I don't even go to bat for Evero like this normally, but just from a circumstantial standpoint, he either does it, or if he doesn't, then he can suffer the consequences. Then he has no job, or he'll probably get hired on and be something like a defensive quality control someone, for another team. He's not going to get the same job if he continues to call any kind of schemes or plays that were, not stuck to last year when they were working. So he doesn't have a choice. I will say the same thing about Canales. He also doesn't have a choice. If he's wanting this offense to, as everyone likes to claim, look anything like how the Falcons game was, he's going to have to also open up the playbook, and he's also going to have to actually commit to the run. And I'm hoping to God he does. Because
you ain't done. Keep going. Guess who else ain't got a choice?
Bryce Young doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of these people doubting the players or the coach, they don't, just like Claire's saying, they don't have a choice. It's perform or go home.
Whoever's gonna give it everything they got.
And my only thing is
go home.
It is, but this is kind of where the part of me comes in that is wanting to be realistic about all this and say, is them giving everything they got, is it going to be enough? And that's what we don't know. And people want to say that Bryce will come out here and he's going to look like, what the fuck do they call him? Bama Bryce, whatever, and all that shit. It's not even that. It's not even that. I'm to the point where when it comes to Bryce, I selfishly only want him to make the team or to do better because I'm tired of QB chasing. Outside of that, it's not because I love the kid. It's not because I'm all for him. It's because I'm tired of the QB chase. We've been in it for too long. I hope he has some sort of success. But if he doesn't, please, Carolina, do not pay him any goddamn money. Let him fall to the wayside and go get somebody who can do something with this team. Well, you know what, Twan? You say that, but there are plenty of people out there who say that if he even improves this season, even if we do not win or make the playoffs, that he should still get a contract. I've never heard.
Hey, Claire,
what?
Are any of those people on the staff? Or are you talking about random fucking people?
I'm not. They're definitely not random. There are people who have been on this show before. There are people who have been on other people's shows before.
They don't write no fucking checks, and neither do we.
Right, but that's what they're saying, and that's what they want.
Claire, I'm gonna say this. I want you to say this for all those. I'm gonna be rude. I'm gonna be rude this one time for all those idiots that are saying that the only way that happens is if he goes out and has some monumental season that is just absolutely crazy, and we're just not good on other avenues. That's all. But I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't see an avenue for this team to lose if he does, if he gets better. I don't see an avenue for that. So at the end of the day, I understand.
You don't see an avenue, but Bryce Young can easily create one.
No. You didn't. I don't see an avenue if he gets better. That's what I said.
Where he doesn't get paid is what you're saying? Or he does.
I'm
No, where he
saying
doesn't
what
get
I'm
better.
saying is I'm just saying at a whole, the only way he gets paid this year is if he goes out and has an epic quarterback year, 4 to 5,000 yards this
I
season, which I don't
misunderstood
see.
your context.
I don't
Got
see
you.
it's going to happen. I don't see that's going to
Hmm.
happen
I
because that's
misunderstood your
No, it's
context.
not
yeah.
gonna
That's my
So
happen.
all
fault.
I was saying is
It's
he
not
has to have
ain't gonna happen.
some. But you and I would and I don't see a possible. When what I was saying was I don't see a possible way if he has that type of season for us not to win. So at the end of the day, anybody who's saying any crazy stuff, Gresham might not get paid this year because it might not make sense. If he's just okay, he probably won't get paid this year. And that's fine. We actually that's why you have a 5th year option to put on him so that way we can take it into next year. And if he can at least repeat or get a little bit better off of the season off of this season, then okay, then maybe we pay him then. But at the end of the day, I think there's more
I wouldn't
avenues. I think there's
exercise that 5th-year option because you got a lot of guys who are going to be coming up on contract expirations by the time that happens.
Let me let
yep.
everybody know right.
I'm not willing to waste that just to let him try to figure out how to get his feet underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Clay. If he plays decent this year, if he plays decent this year, they're gonna exercise the 5th year option.
God help us.
There's no way that they won't, because it kind of doesn't. If he plays decent this year, okay, we exercise the 5th year option. We don't pay him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into the 4th year. If he can improve off of this year, like I'm saying, he plays decent this year, then he improves off of this year, then okay, then maybe we give him a contract at that point. And then that hit for the 5th year option can be spread out and it won't be an issue.
Two things.
But
The link is in the chat now. The chat is open now. For anybody want to join, my man, what's up, Doug is in the building as well. Shout out to Doug. Excuse me. He said I don't think personnel was the issue, but at the same time I did question the play calling. And he said the pressure meter, Carolina Logic again, my brother, said all the teams that changed for the better in one season had that same thing in common: a franchise-changing quarterback.
I can't disagree. Well, the 2 teams that were mentioned, that
was just the 2 teams that was mentioned. But when Brock Purdy, look, San Francisco came off a horrible season. They picked up Brock Purdy. He ain't no damn game. He just had a lot of talent around him. The money they just paid him, I wouldn't have paid him that shit. But
look, the Lions, that's one right there. I don't believe Goff is a game-changing quarterback. If you do, you can go ahead and miss me with that.
Shout out to Swarm, man. Red Swarm said if Bryce Young ready to be a playoff caliber quarterback, and he's asking the question. He said, you can talk about position players till you blue in the face. You go as far as your quarterback goes. I always agree to that to a certain extent. It's probably on the 90 percentile, but it ain't strictly on the quarterback. I know what he means. I'm not cherry picking that, but predominantly true. But the thing is, I'm telling y'all, listen, y'all not even gonna hear me do it even in this thing. I'm not arguing with motherfuckers no more. I might debate some things, but I'm just going to let everybody that don't see it sleep. And I'm not saying you guys are wrong for sleeping. Y'all out here with the ambient smoothies and the serotonin milkshakes and shit like that or whatever. Yeah, man, okay, sleep. It's gonna make for a better year. On top of that, it's gonna make for a way better year.
Go to switch you.
JP said we're not paying Bryce anyhow. I don't see it happening. I disagree with Nick. I think he has to have. It ain't got to be substantial, but he got to win. Shit, if you're a part of a winning team, he probably ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but I don't. What I was saying. what I was saying though is Juan is not. I'm saying that in any course of action where he gets paid this year, he has to have some sort of monumental season. That's what I was saying. I don't.
For this
I don't.
year.
I agree. Yes,
They
he would
gotta
have to
win.
have some to get paid this year. He would have to be probably the top quarterback in the NFL. And if I say that, I think that should put things in perspective for you.
It's
He
got
would
to be
probably.
one of the reasons that the Carolina's winning.
He has to be a clear cut, just like what Twan said. Clear cut. He is the reason that we're winning, and he has to be within the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL this year. Which I don't see that happening.
Welcome to the
So
show,
I
man.
don't think he is going to get paid. But if he improves, do I think that they pick up his 5th-year option? I do. I mean, and I understand people being skeptical about that, but at the end of the day, it's you only get after this season to pick up his 5th-year option. So I don't think that they would turn it down.
Gotcha. Coming to the show right now, man, from the Black Cat Panther podcast. Been a long coming, you know what I'm saying? But he's back here. One of the members over there's gonna say exactly what's on his mind and how he feel, bro. It's Kendall the GOAT is in the building, bro.
Hey, go.
Hey, what's going on, Claire? How you doing with the only person on the panel with some sense?
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Claire, and Claire,
Okay.
you talk to the rest of these motherfuckers, okay? Because
We're gonna play telephone, I guess.
yeah, it's like this,
So
right?
Edge on your
Twan,
team too.
I've been watching you, Twan. I've been watching you. Seems like you on this Black Bryce Young train. Seems like you're a Bryce Young homer now. Seems like you're. First of all, you talked junk about Brock Purdy just a while ago. Brock Purdy played 9 games in 2022 and had like 1,300 yards, and then he had like 4,800. And I think last year, because most of the team was hurt, he still had like 35, something like that. Okay, and Nick, to get you, because I got to go. I ain't got long to be here. 3,500 yards, I think 20 touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions is all they asking this boy to do, and he gets paid.
That's what I said.
Minimal, mediocre numbers.
But that's not what I said though. That's not what I said. I said he has to
No,
be.
you say he got to go lights out. He does not have to go lights out. He don't have to have no 5,000 yard season or nothing like that to get paid. Because just like Claire just said, she hit the nail on the head. Tired of quarterback chasing. Carolina Panthers are tired of quarterback chasing. I tell y'all all the time, they trying to put a square peg through a round hole. They trying to do everything they have to do to not have to go back in the quarterback carousel again.
Why would they want to?
And that's just all it is to it. Because the boy is mediocre. You're not gonna okay. J.C. Horn had go back. I believe it was on the blueprint. On that blueprint. If y'all seen that blueprint, what did he say? It's a Super Bowl. Pretty much Super Bowl or bust. And that's the way it should be. When he was leaving out his house and he was riding to the stadium or wherever he was going, start the season saying you're gonna win a Super Bowl. You're never gonna win a Super Bowl with Bryce Young. 8 to 9 games minimal at the best, because guess what? You need a quarterback to put at least 4 to 5 games on his back and be the prime reason why you won that game. And you got to have, and y'all think you're going to win a wild card or something with 8 or 9 regular ass games? No. Bro, do you see how good the NFC and AFC? Well, you know the AFC got killers over there.
I'm about to eat up that point, and when he done though, I'm about to eat that whole point up. I'm about to eat that shit up.
It's gonna take 11 to 12 games to get a wild card, bro.
Mm-hmm. And check this out. Last year, I think it was Philadelphia was the team. Jalen Hurts wasn't the driving force with them for they winning. He was not the driving force, and they won a fucking Super Bowl. It wasn't because of him.
But Twan, when Jalen is asked to make a big play, when Jalen is asked to put it on his back, look at the last 2 Super Bowls he was in.
Man, he lucked up in that
Jalen
one game.
outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
But he didn't get him there.
Go back and look what Jalen did.
Oh my God. Twan.
Okay.
All right, look, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and say this before I go. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this before I go. All right.
Get on the right train if you want.
Saquon got them to Saquon got listen. Now listen, Saquon got them to the Super Bowl, but Jalen Hurts put it on his back when Saquon got shut down that Super Bowl,
Hey,
and he put it on his back and he
Hey,
won them
Kendall,
that
coming
goddamn
back to
Super Bowl.
you.
hey,
That's why he
Coming
got
back,
Super
got them
Bowl
to take the
Kendall.
MVP.
running game
Thank you
away
very
Coming
much.
from
back,
Have a
somebody.
good day,
Kendall.
and I'm out.
Jalen Hurts ain't had shit to do with that, man. Get the fuck out of here with
Well,
that bullshit. That
hey,
motherfucking running back carried that team all year.
hey, you say, hey, you got the right title. Let him sleep, cause your ass is sleep right now.
Nah,
You
y'all
sleep if
sleep.
you thinking. You sleep
Y'all
if you
sleep.
thinking. Jalen Hurts didn't win that Super Bowl.
He Jalen Hurts won. Jalen Hurts was the prime reason. Well, he wasn't the only reason, but as a quarterback, yeah, that was some of his best game all year. He didn't get
Jalen
them
Hurts,
there though.
Jalen Hurts gonna get you that 1 or 2 yard with a
But
tush
he
push.
didn't get him
Jalen
there.
Hurts gonna push the field. He gonna push the ball down the field. Price can't push the ball down the
Can I
field,
can I
bruh.
can I ask you this? Can I ask you this? If it look did Jalen Hurts, was he the main reason for getting them? Look, if Jalen Hurts played the way that he played, if they had no Saquon, was they going to the Super Bowl? Go.
What I just say? They did it. The first time they went to the Super Bowl was Saquon on that team
I'm talking about
when they
last
won.
year.
When they
I'm
no
talking
fuck
about
last year.
last year.
Fuck last year when they won 14 games the year
Yeah, I
2
mean,
years before that.
I know how to
Was
hop around the
Saquon there?
question.
Was
You gonna answer
Saquon
the
there?
question or
No,
not?
he was hurt in fucking
You
New
gonna
York.
answer the
Don't
question or
come with
not?
that Saquon shit, man.
You gonna answer the question or not? If Saquon didn't play with them last year, was they going to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Man, look, check this out. The Eagles swifted through at least 8 games last year, Nick, Claire. Which means
Won.
they barely won them damn games, bro.
If they
It ain't
didn't
had
get
shit to do
Saquon,
with
if
Hurts.
they didn't get Saquon, they'd have had running back by committee. They still had enough
No,
offense to get them to the Super Bowl, bruh. Stop that
no,
shit.
What
go,
running back
no,
was behind
go,
Saquon doing anything?
no, go. But you ain't gonna. I ain't gonna let you sit here and say that because that man got them to the
No,
playoffs,
no,
and
no, no,
he
it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it
he,
didn't. Nick,
he
so
carried that
okay,
team.
you telling me you take Saquon off the team, and so Saquon play defense? Saquon play defense?
But we're not saying that the
Saquon
defense
held,
was
hold,
bad.
hold, hold,
But at
hold.
the end of the day, he carried that
Saquon
team.
held opponents all year to like less than 21 points. Huh?
We ain't talking about the defense.
Saquon had
I don't think they
a
held
top
teams
five,
to.
top 10 defense. Go
Man,
back
we
and look it
almost beat
up.
the Eagles.
What the
We
fuck
I
you
almost
don't
think
beat
think
I'm
they
the
doing?
held. I'm
We
pretty sure
almost
they
Hey,
beat
didn't hold
I'm
them to
just
21.
talking. I'm just talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you be
I,
talking out the side of your neck sometimes,
our
Okay,
and
sorry
okay,
ass
and
team almost
to say
but
that Saquon didn't carry that team, that's crazy.
okay.
The dude had 2,000 yards. He had 800. He had 800 yards less than
it's
the
emotion,
Okay,
quarterback
man.
had.
okay,
It's
so
emotion.
so
Think about just saying
y'all
if they
up here
had no
hollering,
Saquon, they would have
y'all up
still
here
won.
hollering and patting your feet because
Come on, man.
you got
Come
two
on
thousand
now.
yard
Like,
backs. So you got 2,000 yard backs in your backfield. So you gonna make 2,000 yards this year?
hopefully.
Okay then. That's what I'm saying. You can run them back by committee, right?
And I'm fine with that. I'm not expecting every player to be Saquon Barkley
So why couldn't the Eagles do it with that
because
defense
they
and
didn't.
Jalen Hurts?
I don't see 2,000 yard runners on that team if Saquon wasn't there.
They didn't have to
That's
go
just the
get him
honest truth.
when they went out and got Saquon in free agency. This is what I'm trying to do to you. Think about it. Walk with me. Don't if they didn't go get Saquon, let's say the Giants sign him back.
He said that Saquon had nothing to do with them getting that he wasn't the main reason they got there.
Yeah, he was the
Do
reason
y'all
they
think
got
this shit
there.
ain't true or
Now
what?
I didn't say
I will
Saquon.
say this. I will.
I didn't hold up, Twan. Don't you put words in my mouth. Don't you do that. You
Hey, I'm just saying
Oh, I think he
he
was just
carried that team on his back
I'll be back.
to the
I
Super
gotta
Bowl.
answer a phone call. I gotta answer a
okay,
phone call.
okay.
I'll be
Gotcha.
back.
Yeah, he carried them on his back to the Super Bowl. Now after that,
All the way there.
now when during that Super Bowl,
I
we got
mean,
to give
Jalen Hurts
Jalen
could do
Hurts his
something.
respect.
Yeah,
We got to give him his respect because he went
I
out there and
did. I said
bust
he
that
showed
ass
out
during the Super Bowl.
in that game. He showed out in that game, but he wasn't the one that got him there. If turning around and handing the ball off to a running back is getting there, helping get them there, then damn, bro. I
Even
mean, damn,
JP said it.
we need to give
Even
Trent
JP
Dilfer
said it.
MVP.
Barkley made Philly unbeatable.
Shout out to MDJ365, man. Hey, MDJ, what you bring? Come through, bro. You ain't never been up here. He said at least we can see a direction. Every team don't have the luxury of having a true top 10 quarterback, and some that do have top 10 quarterbacks don't win. Bengals. But some of these teams still have success. We looking to improve and crawl first. Exactly. You got a top 10 quarterback, don't mean you winning shit.
Listen, let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. Any of y'all who really say that Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback, I think you are smoking some real good shit.
No, I think he is.
No, I do not. That dude is the benefit of 2,000-yard runners, 2,000-yard wide receivers. He's benefiting just like Brock Purdy is benefiting for the 49ers.
Shout out to MDJ365. He said, I ain't sleep. I had Dom 34. I'm just ready to see it, Kendall. Kitty 17. That's my GOAT. Loving the ladies. JP, we probably have the offensive talent for Bryce to look like a top 5 quarterback, though. We do, man. That motherfucker gonna look good behind that shit.
And I'm okay with
already
that.
prepared. Let me say some shit. I'm already prepared for people to call me the Bryce lover this year, whatever. I'll never be a sexual. I can love his game, but I'll never be a sexual. The Bryce sexual is going to something else that should be never talked about and untethered. I'm never gonna be a sexual.
Hey, ain't nobody about to call it nobody that came.
Kings and shit like that. That's something else. Hey, Red Swamp said, Twan sounds like you're arguing playoffs to me. No, I'm not. I'm letting them sleep, Red. And wait, look, why are you playing the background? You ain't even on here. Bring your ass.
Red over here talking, sliding these slick comments in here. Red, is your quarterback ready to be a playoff quarterback?
Yeah, it ain't even about
you don't know.
It ain't even about it's about the Panthers this year. MJ said Brock Purdy ain't shit. The 49ers really don't even want to didn't even want to pay him either. They just didn't want to start over in quarterback. The same shit Claire said. Tell him MJ, the 49ers didn't want to go out quarterback searching, and that's why they paid Purdy.
But this is what I'm gonna say right now, because then I am about to jump on some of these people. It is ludicrous to say, "Oh, you got to build this super team around Bryce Young for us to win." Who cares how we do it? Who cares?
I don't give a fuck how we win.
If the team is a super team, and then Bryce Young is just there as a freaking just to deliver the ball and not to fuck it up, I'm okay with that. Who cares? You got to stop being emotionally invested in these players. It's about winning, and it's about building a good team. It ain't about freaking. It ain't always got to be about this gigantic name of a quarterback. It ain't always got to be about that. I mean, because at the end of the day,
let me say this real quick, man. I'm asking you and Claire, do y'all agree when I say this? Take your time. Take your time. Because, I want you to just, this 704 Charlotte Bound show over here, we don't fugazi. We don't talk shit. We don't hide. We don't hide over here, bro. But listen, Claire, do you get the feeling? Nick, do you get the feeling that there's people out there, Carolina Panthers fans, nobody else, Carolina Panthers fans that want to win, but they don't want certain people on the team to do well?
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Claire.
What? Same question? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hear about them all the time. I see them on Twitter whenever I'm bored.
What kind of shit is that?
Doesn't make any sense.
So this is the problem that people have with Bryce sexuals, right? They were saying, y'all only want Bryce to do good. Y'all only want him to shine or whatever. So on the opposite side, you got a lot of people that want to win games. They just don't want Bryce to look good winning those games, or they don't want somebody else to look good on the team winning those games. Bro, we are so toxic.
We've been a toxic fan base for a long time. It was going on even before Bryce.
Yeah, I mean they was the same
They were
thing with
doing the same shit to
they
Cam.
did it with
This shit was
freaking
not.
Cam.
I'm
There were
glad
They
Clyde
people.
did
just
it with
said it, bro.
Cam.
There were
I'm
people
glad Clyde just
who.
said it. This shit was long before Bryce, bro.
Oh yeah, this has nothing to do with Bryce. This fan base has always been that way. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, "I did not want us to go into the Super Bowl, and I didn't even want us to win because that means that
Because
Cam would get
Cam
all the
Newton.
credit." Blah blah blah. Yeah, and I mean, I was hearing that,
Crazy.
10 years
It's
ago.
crazy,
So
man. It's
What's up,
crazy,
Doug? You coming
man.
through? Doug, you coming through? Earl Locklear said, "Go." There are only a handful of quarterbacks that get 4,000 yards. 90% of the 90% of the QB is only get 3,200 to 3,800 yards. But Kendall, listen to the GOAT. They grow on trees. Every team got them.
I think the biggest thing is when it comes to your quarterback, even if the average is between 32 and 3,800. The biggest thing is what is your quarterback doing with those yards and those stats? Like, is he being efficient with it? Because I've seen, what's a good example? Even just recently, Deshaun Watson, I think, is a good example. Unless I'm getting the years wrong, he had a year where he almost threw for 5,000, if not 5,000, but the team still didn't go anywhere.
Yep.
So
that was with the Texans, and I think
the year before all the massage therapists,
right.
Claire.
So
the year before.
So it's not so much for me. It's not so much about that. It's just what is he doing with those yards? Because if he's getting that 32 to 3,800 yards, but he's getting 30, almost 30 touchdowns just passing alone, then that means he's being efficient with the ball. But if he's got it and it's just kind of he's throwing it and we're not getting any, we're not getting points up on the board, then it's just what do they call that shit? Garbage yards
I'm telling y'all
or
right
something.
Earl Locklear has been real feisty in this chat. He said he didn't win that damn Super. He said the defense won it. Stop that dumbass shit.
Hey, the defense put the clamps that was needed to be
They put the clamps on this motherfucker named what's his name? Mahomes and his whole offense. They put the clamps on the motherfuckers, bro.
Claire.
What was the final score, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
What was the final score?
It was the game was closer than what it actually was.
It was close. So
no, it wasn't.
It was closer than what it was.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying it was
the Super Bowl. It was 40 to 22. That was the final score. What do you mean it was close?
Oh shit! Well, them 20 points was given. Them 22 points was given to them because at the beginning of the game, that shit was over in the first half. I'll be honest with you. That shit was over in the first half.
If you're gonna say that Jalen Hurts, if you're gonna say Jalen Hurts was the one that went out there and absolutely did it in that damn playoffs for the Eagles, then you gotta give just as much credit to the Eagles defense.
That defense. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you actually look at it, the book to beat Patrick Mahomes is already there. It's the same book that was to beat freaking damn Brady. Fucking hit, hurry, and harass his ass all the time. That's how you beat him.
Just don't give him time to think.
Yeah, you got to.
We had the number one defense, correct, and the MVP of the league as a running back, Barkley, correct. Jalen did step up for that Super Bowl. I admitted that. I said that one game. I asked Kendall. Did Jalen help get them there though? And if Saquon Barkley wasn't on that team, would they have gotten to the Super Bowl? And he said yes. No, the fuck they wouldn't have.
Nah, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. That man put up over 2,000. I don't even know what the total was. I think it was like 2,800 yards.
That was
so he put up freaking quarterback his quarterback numbers to get them to the playoffs. Come on, man. I'm sorry, man.
And he put did GOAT forget about the meltdown the season before last? They lost like 7 straight games and then lost to Tampa in the playoffs. Yeah, I remember it.
Yo, I mean, at the end of the day, man, Just like Claire was saying, man, quarterbacks, every quarterback that throws these crazy yards don't always win. And she was giving you numbers. I'm gonna give you the hard cold numbers. Deshaun Watson had 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. And I think they won 3 or 4 games that year, Claire.
I'm gonna go back and look at his game log just to make sure I didn't get the year wrong.
It's 2020. It's 2020.
I gotta address some shit real quick because it keeps happening at this point. I gotta get JP ass now because he keep right on putting it out there. You keep putting it out there, JP. Now I told you to come on up here and speak for yourself, but you're gonna keep putting this shit out there now. He said Barkley made Philly unbeatable. Although those motherfuckers won a lot of close games last year, Nick. He said he made them unbeatable. He said, but that offense was good before him, though. But that's when Jalen Hurts was playing out of his damn mind. Jalen didn't do shit this year. It was all fucking Barkley over there on that damn offense. And look, check this out. Jalen Hurts was so bad this year that how many times did he have issues with his wide receivers on the sideline? Huh?
I ain't gonna. I don't know about.
Talk to me about his wide receivers calling his ass out all year. Huh? You remember that? I'm waiting, JP.
I don't know, man. That man.
What the fuck they did before fucking Barkley? They didn't win. They didn't fucking win no Super Bowl without him. You got to go all the way back to Nick Foles. And I'm gonna ask JP the same question. JP,
I don't think they would have got there without him.
Does Philly even get to that Super Bowl without Barkley?
Nah, I don't know about that one. That's hard. That's a hard no for me.
I feel like it's some bullshit going on because Kendall and Swan coming in here at the same time. So these motherfuckers might have called each other on the phone or some shit. But welcome, go back to the show and Red Swarm in the building.
What's good? I'm doing something, Trying. I'm trying to listen to the show, but God,
no, you good, man. You gotta take care of business.
You talking, man.
I'm talking this.
Jalen Hurts had 103 QBR, bro. Less than motherfucking 10 interceptions. I think he had like 5, if I'm not mistaken. And he was not asked to do much because, like y'all just said,
let me go ahead and pull that up.
Hold up, bro. Saquon had, and this just off the dome. Saquon had 2,000 yards, so he wasn't asked to do much. That's why Brown was not, because when he was asked to throw the ball, he connected because he had 103 QBR.
We got popping in here too.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, about that one.
Brown was fussing because the offense ran through Saquon.
Yeah.
So they was not throwing the ball like that. So how can a nigga be inefficient when he had 103 QBR?
All right. I mean, what? Look, so Kendall, look, you heard what I said when I said this. You explain the wide receivers on his ass all year with Philly.
Because Twan, a wide receiver's not divas.
Oh, hold on.
They want the balls all the time, right? The divas, they want the ball all the time. They open all the time. They figure they open all the time. I just said, Philly offense ran through Saquon, right?
Yep.
He had 2,000 yards. But Jalen had 103 QBR. So when he threw the ball to those boys, it connected.
No, he did not have 103. He did not have 103 QBR. He had a 65. He had a 65.6 QBR. He had a 103 passer rating.
What passer rating?
103 passer rating.
That's the same thing.
It ain't the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Nick, so what's passer rating? What's passer rating?
Passer rating is the passer rating.
No, Nick,
it's the percentage of the time that you connect to a damn wide receiver.
It's not the QBR. It is the the passer rating is the passing rating. That's it. That's just saying he's a 103 passer. Yeah, so I'm not saying we're not saying that he was efficient. He is efficient, but at the end of the day, if Saquon wasn't on this, I'm gonna let you know this right now. If Saquon was not on that team with that 2,200 yards that he delivered this year, they do not make it to the playoffs. He only threw for 2,900 yards. So stop giving me this fucking fantasy of like if like they could have put anybody back there. No,
Hold up.
if
Did
Saquon
y'all
Barkley was not
bubblegum
on
ass
this
niggas?
team,
Did y'all bubblegum ass niggas just say, "Oh, you don't have to throw these crazy yards"? You just said that.
I said you don't. But
Yeah.
at the end of the
So now
day,
you going back
you're
and say
not
the
going
man
to
only
act
threw
like.
for 2,900.
He all over himself. He
Hold on,
all over the place.
I'm about
Man,
to
come
set the
on, man.
Twan
scene.
is
Stand on
Twan
something.
is
I'm about to
Stand on
set the
something,
scene.
man.
But to
Twan
say that,
Stand on
but to
is
say
something.
that
Stand
Saquon
on
didn't
something.
carry, and to
I'm
Stand
about
say
to
on
that
set it
something.
up.
Saquon didn't carry this team to the playoffs
I'm about to
is
set
Twan
it
I
is
up.
didn't
ludicrous.
say
Twan is
I
I'm
didn't
about to
too
say
set
he
it
old.
didn't
up.
carry it. I
It's
didn't say
ludicrous.
he didn't carry it. I just came
I'm
on.
about to
I
set.
just
Hey,
said the
look,
offense
Nick.
ran through
Don't say
Saquon,
nothing,
right?
Nick. I'm about to
That's what I
set it up.
said.
Yeah.
I'm about to
You
set
can't
it up.
shut me up
Those look like goddamn Bryce
unless you
Young
kick me
numbers.
out the show. That's the only way you can shut me up. Y'all
They
sitting here
look
with
like
this
goddamn
old
Bryce Young
bubble
numbers.
gum ass stats and fake
They
ass
look
news,
like
man.
Bryce Young
Stop that
numbers.
shit.
Wasn't fake ass numbers.
They
I
look
mean,
like Bryce Young
our
numbers.
quarterback rating, the quarterback rating and the QBR are two totally different stats.
But Bryce Young had them numbers, though. Damn, man.
And no
I'm
wins
arguing with
and
you.
no
I'm at
wins to go
Twine.
with them. And no
No
Here we
wins
wins
go.
to go.
go
Here we
with
I'm
them.
about to
go.
say
Here
something
we
No
real quick.
wins
go.
go with them.
Oh,
Layup
Here we go.
interceptions. Layup interceptions and
What
3
we talking
touchdowns.
about? What we
hey,
talking about?
Stop that
Kendall, let me.
shit.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, hold on.
Twine.
I want to say something to Kendall real quick.
What we talking about?
I just need him to know
Wins
this.
and
Hey,
losses.
Kendall, you my
What,
brother
boy?
to the end, bro. This just entertainment. I would never kick you off this show. I just want you to know that shit.
I
We
said
don't do
that's the
that
only
over
way.
here. We don't
I
do
said
that
that's the
over
only way.
here.
Yeah.
I said that's the only way you can shut me up.
Nah, but I'm just saying I would never kick you out, bro. It ain't that serious for me, bro.
We don't do that over here.
But Nick speaking for himself. I ain't got nothing to do with that Nick shit.
So I do have a question though, Twan, from the title of the show, right? Just let them sleep. What you mean by that?
You know
It
what
was
this?
exactly what it
You're not here to
said.
sleep.
Hey
Motherfuckers who
Nick,
don't see
That's
the
Nick, I'm not
direction that we
talking to
moving
you
you.
in
not
can
Nick.
just sleep.
Nick,
You ain't
I'm
come
not
on. You
talking
ain't
to you. I'm
sleeping
gonna
right
knock
now,
you
bro.
niggas out
You know
one
what
at a
that means.
time. I'm
And
talking.
you ain't listen. You can't
I'm
knock me
knocking
out, man.
Twan
You
out
ain't
right now.
listen. You
Yeah,
listen. You might be
yeah,
you might be
yeah.
slicker than a can of oil to
Y'all
them
done
young boys,
rehearsed.
to them young fools. But I don't fall for that.
I see y'all done your little rehearsal. You feel like you're ready tonight. I see the energy. I see the energy.
Listen,
I hear the energy.
it ain't
Yeah,
about. It's not about. Okay, Twan gave
yeah.
you some numbers, but
But
it ain't about
I'm gonna
that.
let
And
Nick
we
go.
you can see a clear
Since
direction of this team.
Nick took it from you. You go, Nick. What really are you talking about when you say let them sleep?
Let
Sound like you making a
everybody who's
statement.
out here that's being
Sound like you making a
extremely
statement to me.
pessimistic. No, that's not what I said. And you're
If
not
my
going to
mic turned
listen.
down real low, I can't hear.
Let me go ahead and fix you before this comes. My name is not Riz B, and you're not about to walk me off no cliff.
Hey man, we
I
ain't
walk.
doing all that shit, man. Cut all that nonsense.
No,
It's all good.
it ain't no bad conversation because
Yeah, don't be pulling
these are
no
people that just fall. These are the people that just fall for Red's trick. I ain't about to fall for them.
Trust me. Riz can defend himself. It ain't no
exactly.
thing. So go ahead.
Hey, don't
It
bring
ain't
that.
no. It was not a shot at Riz or nothing like that. It was just those the ones that be falling for Riz traps all the time. And
All
I'm not
right.
about to fall
So
for that.
you going to get down there. You going to get down.
It ain't about numbers. It ain't about numbers. It
Why
ain't
ain't
I'm gonna
never
tell
about
you.
been
numbers?
about numbers at the
Why
time
ain't about numbers?
because
If your numbers don't
what
back
y'all
up
are.
wins, we all know, Nick, that you can have a quarterback can have 100 yards and win a game and be
True.
efficient. Long as he don't turn that ball over at key times. Long as
That's
he don't turn
fine.
that ball
And
over
go.
at key
That's what I'm
times.
saying. Go. All we were saying is if they did not have Saquon, they would have not made the playoffs. I don't
That's
give a
my
shit what you
original
say.
point. That was my only point.
I can't sit there and say, you cannot say that in today's NFL that a
Hey, Pop.
running back is
Hey,
gonna
Pop.
win a motherfucking that
Twan,
gonna win a
can you
season
put
for
his
you. You
stats
can't
back
do
up
that.
again? I just want to look at something.
Yeah, hey, Pop.
You
Kendall
can't do that.
said that they would have still won without Saquon.
They would have did it the first time.
That's what he said,
Come
man.
on, man.
He said they would have still got to the damn Super Bowl without Saquon.
2,200 yards. 22. You take 2,200 yards of offense away from them. You telling me
Like like
they was yours.
So
like I
Well,
said,
22
I got to go
is
again.
and 15 and
Hey,
15
okay,
touchdowns.
Kendall, just don't just come back.
and this is just to give my input on that
Mm-hmm.
specific situation when it comes to Saquon.
I'm putting them back up right now, Pop.
Because Goat said they would have did it by running back committee. That's true. But the difference between by committee and having a Saquon is totally different.
Two totally different things, man. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
look,
Best-
man.
Saquon is an absolute weapon.
Look,
It's the best running back in the NFL. So when it comes to what he brought to the team, compared, they could have got to the Super Bowl, but if you're saying win it,
look, man,
you can't win it because they already been there.
You
They're
can't
not
win
even
No,
a Super Bowl.
they still
You
could
can't
have.
win a-
But
you can't win a Super Bowl.
popping.
You
They
can't-
could have
I'm
still
sorry,
won
man.
it either way because Saquon's worst game was the Super Bowl. That was his worst game of the entire year was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, but they planned to stop him. They knew they had to stop the run. I mean,
So let me
Well,
clear something up.
I'm aware, but I'm just
The debate is not if they would have won the Super Bowl or not. The debate is if they would have even got there without Saquon.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they would got there without Saquon.
Hell no.
This year,
Well,
even though they did it the previous year. And I think, to be honest, it's not to give more context to it. We're only throwing two people in this conversation, but we really need to. They
had a number one defense.
The offensive line of defense was incredible.
Well, can I ask y'all a
If you got
question?
somebody to sit back there with that great offensive line, and
Can I ask y'all a question?
Small?
Yeah. And y'all can get mad with me. I'm kind of used
because I
to
wanted to
it.
throw something else
But
out
what
there.
the fuck are we doing talking about the world champion Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, that shit just
I don't
came
know.
up.
I'm not,
I thought we were talking about. Kendall
brought that shit up.
I thought we was talking about sleeping on the Carolina Panthers, while at the same time, all I hear about is how you guys are the social media darlings. I don't call that sleeping on you.
Who said that?
Red, because if you see the stat that Jalen Hurts up there, and I'm not comparing Jalen Hurts, but those look like Bryce numbers. Does that look about correct?
Okay, so
here's,
let me
go ahead. It's a yes or no. Does those look like Bryce numbers?
They do, but there's context to that too.
I know.
Because
I know
there is context to that. Because has Bryce Young ever had a running back go for over 2,000 yards? And that be the reason why his numbers look like that.
Claire, when it comes to Jalen Hurts, all he had to do was turn around and hand him the ball.
That season, yes.
But here's the thing that we and this is the thing we don't know, and it goes for both arguments. We have no idea if they would have gone as far as the Super Bowl without Saquon there, because if the offense was being fed through Saquon, then of course Jalen Hurts isn't going to have 4,000 yards or even 3,500 yards when he's getting 2,000 yards. So
I understand that. That's what I was going to say. Go on what you were saying, Claire, because if you got 2,000 yard backs in the backfield, and if they're taking the ball out of Bryce's hands and he's still putting up the same numbers that you see on the screen, is it possible that they could have a similar situation, at least playoffs? Is it believable you can get to the playoffs of which all the things that you got on offense right now?
The only argument I'm going to make is having one guy do it is one thing, but alternating between two backs interchangeably with the idea that they will both get 1,000 because they did it because let's be honest, Chuba had a fantastic year last year, but there was no other running back who was going to unseat him as the starter. The same argument could be made for Rico Dowdle. So at this point, you're now asking for both running backs to be RB1s. Is that going to be allowable? And is that going to happen? In my opinion, as much as there's always the potential for there's always the potential for, probability that it could happen. But reality, that's likely not going to happen. It's just not. Usually what you see when you have 1,000-yard backs or guys that get like the Saquon numbers, it's because there's nobody who's going to unseat them to be anything else but that. We can make the same argument for CMC when he was here. No one was going to unseat him from that.
That's a fact.
Very rarely do you see, and as much as, I'll loop the Lions in because they had a nice little 1-2 punch going this past year. Did both of those guys get 1,000 yards as great as that running back room was? No, they didn't.
What point are you making? I mean, when did this
my point is I'm going back to what Poppin was saying when he was saying that since we've got 2,000-yard backs, is it feasible to say that if they both get 1,000, that we could look at Bryce getting lower numbers and still being in that playoff projection? And yes, there's always that probability. I just don't see how we're going to have two running backs that are going to develop RB1 numbers when they're not going to be the guy in the running back room. That would have to be constant alternating. And we've seen Canales so far with just what we've seen. He's not one that really commits to the run as often. And it could be because of how everything went last year. We were having to chase points, whatever reason there was. But even when he was at Tampa, they were not a very run-driven offense at the time either. And I get they've got the talent
that we got either.
Okay, Twan, take over.
They didn't. I mean, if you're gonna say with context, they didn't have the backs that we had either.
Okay, and Chuba has gone for 1,000 yards how many times in his career?
Man, Claire, do you need me to name the two other times we had two backs in the backfield?
And those guys are not on this. Those guys are not on this team. Those are not the same guys.
Okay, so I'll say this: what you thinking is can't happen can definitely happen. You said it earlier.
I just said there's always the probability.
You said it earlier. If Canales doesn't run the ball, his seat is going to be even fucking hotter. I'm
not going to take it as far as saying that he's going to pound the rock to the point where both backs are getting 1,000 yards apiece, because then that takes away from his shining star at QB, which is the whole thing that you're wanting to sell as to why you are trying to commit to this guy and either pay him and not have to draft another one.
Well, okay, so
what are we talking about here exactly?
So let's take a poll. Who gives a fuck if Bryce gets 4,000 or 3,500 yards or not over wins? Most people don't want Bryce to have gaudy numbers. We just want him to play within himself, hand that damn ball off in the backfield, nickel and dime teams to death all the way up the field and win. I don't give a shit about Bryce's numbers like that as long as we win it. He can't put up those type of numbers.
I just think it's more possible than not possible.
I highly disagree, but go ahead.
Okay, so 1,000 and one get 800.
And then you throw some all-purpose yards in there too with Rico. Because to me, from what I see, I know on the surface they're saying to you, yeah, we believe in Bryce, he's the franchise. But I, in my heart, do not believe Canales truly is invested in Bryce. Whether Bryce has a good year, I've said this over and over again. Whether Bryce has a good year or has a bad year, it's totally up to him. But I don't think Canales is sold on Bryce. But he could definitely help Bryce by putting 2,000 yard, which they did, 1,000-yard backs, and take the ball out of his hand and make it more impactful where he can manage the game. You don't have to run Chuba to death.
The only thing that would save Bryce Young if he didn't have a good year in terms of the numbers is winning. That's the only thing that is going to save him. And since he's at a point now where he can't fuck up no more, and Evero can't fuck up no more, and Canales can't fuck up no more because of all the fucking talent he got over there on that damn offense, I'm taking my damn chances. I don't give a shit. Look, man, Bryce can get the same numbers he got this year. I just want to know, and Swarm, you know this shit. You said it in the chat. You said it many times on the show. Did we win the game?
No.
That's all I want to know at the end of every game this year. Did we win? Yeah, man, but Bryce only threw for 106. I don't give a fuck.
So Twan, I have a question for you then. All right. So you say let them sleep on you, and it's it's appointed. Sorry, say it again, Pop.
Yeah, part of that is you and the rest of the NFC South and the whole league and everybody we got to play this year, and all those announcers, and everybody who's writing up that says that the Panthers won't get it done this year, they're the same team. I want all of you motherfuckers to stay in your pajamas, tucked under the sheets, and continue to sleep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know I can hear you.
So no. I was trying to get my volume up, so I don't know if I hit my mute or not, man. But this is what I want to ask you though, and I'm being serious when I ask this, and for the people in the chat as well. So you said the end of the day that I often comment wins and losses. I don't care whether it's by a wide margin or a narrow margin. Wins and losses is what's going to determine whether you get into the playoffs or not. That's what it comes down to. That's the metric. Correct. Wins versus losses.
Correct.
Now, what makes you so confident that this year, Bryce Young, the Panthers under Bryce Young, are going to put up more wins? Now, and the reason why I ask you that is, I often hear, even with the media, where they talk about the resurgence of Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers and the excitement looking forward, they talk about how he played down the stretch last year. So I ask you, how many of those games did he win down the stretch? Did he beat in that comeback after he was benched?
Oh, you changing the question now, bro. You try to change the question.
It's easy. I'm asking you what you have seen that you think it translates to wins and losses.
Okay, you did. I'm not saying this to be funny. You did see the show when it started, right? You're asking me to go over everything I started the show off with.
Well, because I didn't hear you give anything concrete. I heard a lot of emotion out of it.
Got you. Feel you. So as far as Bryce, 2,000-yard backs, one of the best offensive lines. I've said all this shit to you before, but you're asking me again. I'm gonna entertain you. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL.
Did he have that last year?
The line, yeah.
Okay. Did he have Chuba Herbert last year?
Oh, because I want to do everything like you said. I want to give great context. Yeah, I want you to say that.
Yeah, you talking about this year, right, Red? Or you talking about last year?
No, Pop. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Pop, yeah. So he said
now you want both. Okay.
He said, did we have it last year? Yeah. Hey, look, Swarm. We did, but guess what, Swarm? This is another year that they get to play together, and now they would have gelled more.
I agree with that. Do
you think you get better with time, or do you think we're going to be stuck in last year?
No, I think that there are three options. You can get better, you can pretty much stay the same, or you can regress. There are three options.
Yeah, I don't see it. We can't regress on defense.
Oh.
You can't get no worse than what we had last year.
You can give up more yards than you did last year. That would be worse. But I get what you're saying.
32, it gets no worse than 32.
I agree with what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't know, Red. I mean, I know you like to pull out your calculator.
Yeah.
How you mad?
But we got him in here, bro. 32. MDJ in the building.
Yeah,
I snuck in.
What I'm trying to get at is that, you know, the only thing I heard you say different this year than last year in those concrete things that you gave me, Twan, only thing different with a offensive line returning intact, with the lead back, as Claire was saying, you know, your second back can get some yards, but if you're going to have a 1,200,
no, he gets 1,000. He don't get some yards. He gets 1,000.
Hey, Poppin',
don't disrespect him there.
Poppin'. Let me ask you something real quickly. Twan, I won't take long with this. No, hold on.
He thought only the Falcons can have a couple of backs in the backfield that can do that.
I want to keep moving with my point, but just take a pause.
This is the thing, Twan. When I talk to Rick about his running backs, I give him all the praise. I tell them that they got the number one running back in the league, and I tell them I wanted them to let go of their second running back because I wanted
Poppin'. Are you saying that Rico Dowell and Chuba
Herbert 1,000-yard back? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Each going to get 1,000 yards.
It's possible.
It's possible.
No, I'm not asking you if it's possible. It's possible that Bijan.
I'm telling you that one gonna get 1,000 and one gonna be damn close to it. That now, if you said are both of them gonna get 1,000 yards with all-purpose yards, yes.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is a lot of talking at me, but y'all ain't standing on shit. Is both of them gonna have 1,000 yards rushing on the ground?
Man, see, you say keep on changing
questions. Yeah, he changing the question. He be changing the direction of the question.
Let's not waste time with the giggling and silly shit.
I think
changing the direction of the question.
I think to Red's point, what he's trying to say is, have either one of these backs gotten more than 1,000 yards when there has been a guy contesting for also the same amount of yards and have successfully done it? And the answer is no.
I'm trying to get there, Claire. I'm trying to get there, but Poppin stopped me mid-sentence and said Rico will. So you say I changed the question, he changed it. I was trying to make a point that
I never asked the question.
Yes, you did. I was making a point that Chuba, I expect Chuba to go over 1,000, and you said Rico 1,000. That's what you said. What I was
when you said no. What I cut you off was you said Rico could get some yards. I said no, he's 1,000-yard back. That's all I said, Red. He's like, hold on, Twan. I'm gonna make this real quick. Let me go ahead. So
yeah, because I was trying to get you.
Exactly what you said. So what question did I ask you?
I was trying to get you to put your money.
Don't worry about my money. My money's in the bank.
Okay, so let's move on. So Twan,
hey guys, let me introduce two guys to the show before y'all continue, man. Look, we got my man T Cole in the building, and we got MDJ in the building as well, man. So I'm gonna let Swarm finish.
I'm gonna be quick.
Here too. Let them speak, man.
I'm gonna be quick because I'm trying to stay on topic about sleeping. So now you said you ran down a couple of things when I asked you to be concrete, having missed the beginning of the show. And I was asking about Bryce. You immediately, whether you recall or not, you immediately spoke of the running backs. Okay, now, so I'm trying to work with that. So now you said 2 1,000-yard running backs, right? Okay, so now, granted, you didn't have that last year. You had a 1,000-yard back, and now you've added a second 1,000-yard back. But if you're trying to say that what's going to be different this year from last year is you're going to have 2 backs go for over 1,000 yards on the ground, I vehemently disagree with that. Secondly, the offensive line is intact as it was last year. We don't
give a fuck if we win, Red. So I don't think you get that point.
That's the point I'm trying to get you to make to me is if you had that last year and Bryce couldn't beat teams that had winning records, he went 4-6 after his benching. What makes you think he's going to be better than a 40% quarterback this year?
T Cole, get him. I'm gonna let T Cole handle that, bro.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, my guy?
What up, T Cole?
Ain't nothing, man. Listen, man. I'm kind of on the same point as what Twan is right now. I'm at the point of the season to where I'm just at the point to where we just gonna wait and see. Because that's all we can do right now. Everything is on paper. Everybody is, excited about what we did in the off season and in the draft and everything like that. Me, I'm on the side, and it ain't no secret. I'm on the side that I've seen enough from Bryce at the end of the year that makes me feel like he's not going to get worse. Now, whether we win or lose, I feel like that's not going to be on Bryce. I can't tell you what the record is going to be. I can't tell you where the team's going to go. But I can tell you that I'm confident that Bryce will not regress.
I'm confident too. If that made me a Bryce,
now when we talk about the rushing, when we talk about the rushing, as far as I feel like what old boy was saying was that we have 2 running backs that's capable of 1,000 yards. Of course, they may both not get 1,000 yards, but it won't be a drop off when Chuba comes out the game. Is what we're saying. Just like Algier is not really a drop off from Bijan because y'all still pretty much still move the ball on the ground when he's out the game. So they may not both have 2,000, but he's gonna be better than Miles. He's gonna be better than Miles Sanders. And we ain't gonna be, it ain't he gonna be getting more than 1 to 2, 3 carries like Miles Sanders was. We have an offensive line, but as far as projecting what we're gonna do and how the season gonna look, can't none of us say that.
I think that's a fact because what we got this year that we didn't have last year, Red, is depth.
And one thing we
when a
do
receiver
know
got
is
hurt, we got somebody to come in and keep it up. Same thing with the running game, just like my man Cole saying. Like we got depth now. We didn't have it last year.
That's the thing. Like that's all teams are trying to elevate the floor. So that's why I don't really like the fact that that people want to see Bryce do. It don't matter what his weapons look like, and I don't really listen to some of those
They
fans
still
like
want to
that.
see it look bad regardless.
Yeah, I don't really like that because every team gets their QB weapons. They would, if that was the case, they would have moved off Tua and wouldn't have got him, Tyreek Hill and Waddle, or they would have moved off of goddamn or whoever, the Vikings. They got JJ, they got Jettis, then turned right around, they got Adams.
Say it again, T. Cole. Say it again. These moms over here forget that this is a team sport.
And
this
Bryce,
is a team sport.
The 6 and
I think that's
22
what Twan
record
is trying to get across because
6 and 22 record
it
is
don't,
definitely.
don't
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, big dog.
it don't matter. Like I said, take Bryce out to being the main subject. If Bryce messes up, Bryce messes up. But as a team success, you should see some better play all around. Like we're not gonna be 32 on defense again. You're not gonna see that again. You shouldn't be 29 in offense. You shouldn't see that again. There's so much minimal excuses to have compared to what we had last year. Why we shouldn't be looking a whole lot better than last year. Now we still got missing pieces. This defense is a year and a half away to being completely nasty. It's good. I think it's gonna be good this year, but be nasty where you're gonna be scared to come in here. We ain't there yet.
Okay, Poppin. So Poppin, let's keep it in perspective because although I agree with you, and I've said all off season that I can acknowledge and actually appreciate some of the moves that y'all made. I said y'all got better. Said y'all team got better. So with that being said, you get no argument from me when you say, "Hey, I don't expect my defense to be 32nd. I don't expect my offense to be 29th." But today we're talking about sleeping on your team. I don't think. Quickly.
Go ahead.
I don't think the host is talking about sleeping on the team being defense 32nd ranked and offense being 29th ranked. I think he's talking about sleeping on the team being a playoff caliber team.
Here you go. Hey, look,
that's not what he's saying. Red, what he's saying all the people that is talking down on the Carolina Panthers, because the Carolina Panthers culture have always been, they sneaky good, but people don't never look at us like, we don't never been the type of team like, man, we want to be in the limelight. We've been cool and just cruising through and busting people's ass on our way there, right?
Twan,
that's what we've been here.
That's what Twan is saying. When Poppin gets finished, would you handle the correction of his disagreeing with me?
No, y'all are both correct.
I know. Yeah. I know I'm correct.
Y'all are both correct. You know what I'm saying? What Poppin said, but mainly that we are playoff bound this year. We got another sleep moment in the chat. 336 Boston said, Bryce ain't doing that. I ain't even gonna say what that is or whatever. But I told you, some of the main motherfuckers that's going to be sleeping are going to be Panthers fans. So we're going to let 336 Boston sleep too. I'll wake his ass up when the season starts. I promise you I'll wake his ass up when the season starts.
He's talking about Jalen Hurts getting over 600 yards rushing and 14 rushing touchdowns last year to go with his other passing stats.
MD, and popping bullets. Nick, guess what we saw Bryce? What did Bryce find out that he had was the end of the year?
14 touchdowns and some bullshit touchdowns too.
That motherfucker found
out. They forcing him in the damn end zone, man. Those
some bullshit ass touchdowns. I'm sorry, man. Don't talk about them 14 touchdowns when Saquon got them right to the end zone and they pushed his ass in the end zone.
They won a Super Bowl. For however they got it done. People will try to follow that model.
I told Swarm this though. I told Swarm this. I said teams are gonna have to watch that backfield with us this year because Bryce finally found out that his legs worked at the end of last year. If you think that motherfucker ain't gonna take off this year, you crazy.
He is gonna run more. He is.
He ain't gotta have no Jay. The reason why Jalen Hurts got the numbers he got, Jalen Hurts is built like fucking Cam Newton, bro. He's a big burly motherfucker, bro.
So let me say this. Let me say
No,
this.
Jalen Hurts.
That
Okay,
can be
I
one.
want to say this though.
Simply said, that can be a good thing and that can be a bad thing for your quarterback.
Well, Bryce got sense enough to get the fuck out of bounds.
Yeah, Bryce went out of round bounds, so I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
But like I told you, and I'm not gonna turn it into that again. I'm just gonna say this because me and you are habitual dart throwers.
Yeah.
You need to be worried about your fucking quarterback.
No. Not tonight. Not tonight.
He definitely do, because he sit there and say, "How do we believe in Bryce?" But his quarterback ain't win no fucking games either.
I'm tired of goddamn Red Sword, bro. I'm tired of Red Sword.
I'm not taking the bait.
He's not taking the bait, but look, you need to be worried about Penix, and I'm believing it that. We ain't got to go into that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Tired of you, Red. I'm so tired of you, Red.
You got a lot of bets this year, Red.
You damn right.
Hey, look, worry about if his legs work, Red. Do his legs work?
I'm trying to get one more bet. 2 1,000-yard running backs from y'all.
Nah.
Red, hey, listen.
Can I read you
bet that. If you bet it too.
Yeah, I'm
both of your backs got to go 4,000 too.
Nah, because I never said
don't ask to do some shit y'all.
I never said they was going to. That's y'all with that bullshit.
MDJ, he trying to get us to bet on some shit his team ain't gonna do.
Right.
Okay.
So if y'all gonna have 2,000-yard rushes, motherfucker, quit asking us that dumb ass shit, man.
Swamp got this
Don't
thing
fucking matter, man.
MDJ, I was never the one who said that dumb ass shit.
Yeah, y'all got to stop it. Hey, look. I just want to say this. You can talk about Jalen Hurts 630 yards rushing, but don't say shit to me about them goddamn touchdowns when he got pushed into the end zone. All of those touchdowns.
All right, I want to read something to y'all. The main difference between passer rating and the total quarterback rating. QBR is the passer's rating is a formula based on passing statistics only, while QBR is more comprehensive metric that considers a wider range of factors, including rushing, fumbles, and situational context. QBR is also attempts to account for the impact of a quarterback's performance on win probability, while passing rating does not.
Thank you. These ones over here, it's the same thing. No, it ain't the same thing, fool.
So check this out, man.
It's just a probability.
He heard his name, so he came through. The defend is honest. 336 in the building, bro.
Oh, here come this mother.
What up, 336?
What's up, fellas?
What up, bro?
What up, 336?
Yeah.
What you got to say?
So Nick, I want to understand why you like numbers so.
Damn, bro.
Hey, we losing you, bro.
Yeah, you doing the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, man. You got the bad robotic shit.
Oh yeah, I'm in the county. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, I just want to understand why Nick likes numbers so much, but he finds ways to discredit them.
Well, no, that's not discrediting him. It is a fact that he got pushed into the end zone 14 times last year. That's not a.
Melo pointed this out too. Melo said Hurts rushing numbers inflated because they on the 1 yard line, but that motherfucking push. Look, Cam Newton didn't need nobody to get.
No. I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna. You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
Push him in.
336. You heard what I said. I said I will give you the 630 yards, but I'm not gonna give you those 14 touchdowns when I know the reason that they got right there on the 1 yard line or 2 yard line was damn Saquon Barkley. I'm not giving you that shit.
So do we equally discredit running back touchdowns from the 1 yard line?
That's stupid shit, man. This is
Or did you
stupidest
specifically
debate
hurt
on
yourself?
dumbass shit, man. That you can have. This is stupid.
Okay.
And not on your end,
So
Mello.
basically what we're
Anyway,
saying
Mello,
is,
not on your end. It ain't stupid on
so
your end.
red. Basically what we're saying then is a touchdown is a touchdown, and stop
That's
crying
what
about
we
it. Basically,
saying. That's what we're saying. That's what I
facts.
agree with you
So
that
it's
we're
a touchdown.
saying.
So what's the problem with
And if the
Jared Goff,
offensive,
Nick? No, hold on, Red, because he's
go
discredited
ahead.
several players tonight. What's the problem with Jared Goff, Nick?
Jared Goff is not a.
Jared Goff was throwing for
Goff is not.
4,000.
I
He
said
was
Jared
throwing for
Goff is not
4,000
a.
before he got to Detroit.
I said he is not
He
an
was throwing
elite
for
passer.
4,000 before he got
I said he is not a. I said he is not an elite passer. I said that.
So how do you throw for 4,900 yards twice and 3,900 yards
Because
twice
he
before
had,
going to
but
Detroit?
he had monster wide receivers every time he's done that.
Right, and then he goes to Detroit, and it's the same thing.
You ain't say that. You said he
Twan,
was
how do you credit the quarterback then? How do you credit a quarterback when the team is so great? So you just discredit every quarterback that's on a great team?
I'm not. I'm just saying he's not an elite quarterback. I said that. I will never give. I won't give you credit. I'm never going to give you credit. If you say that there's more than 6 elite passers in this NFL, I'll tell you a lie to
So
your
it's his
face.
fault. So it's his fault that he's on a good team and
I'm
he's a
not
good player.
saying that
That makes
he's
absolutely no sense.
You can win a Super Bowl with a game
He's an
manager.
elite passer. You throw for almost 5,000 yards 2 years in a row. You're an elite passer, bro.
I'm not taking it. He's not an elite quarterback. He is not an elite quarterback. He is not an elite
336.
quarterback.
Okay, so you have elite wide receivers.
Jared Goff
You have
coming
elite
here and doing that shit. He won't get that shit, them numbers here.
fellas.
Some quarterbacks, you can put him
I need you
anywhere
to
and he'll
follow
get
me
those
for a
numbers.
second.
He is not an elite
And I can
quarterback.
agree with
He
you
is
to a
not
certain
Patrick
extent,
Mahomes.
guys. But you
He
got
is
to follow
not
me for a second. Just because you have elite wide receivers, it doesn't the quarterback still have to make plays?
And I'm okay with that.
And McVay still got rid of him.
I'm okay with that.
You know what?
And that was a fair trade. But that was a fair trade.
That wasn't a fair
That
trade.
was quarterback for quarterback. It was quarterback for quarterback.
But why he feel like Matt
quarterback for
Stafford?
quarterback? They gave up two. They gave up 2 first-round picks for that too.
Supernova said if this was
If
a test,
Jared
we all
Goff
be
would have
done.
had Jared Goff would have had Chuba Hubbard, y'all's offensive line, Deontay Johnson, which y'all started y'all season with last year, Adam Thielen.
Those for 4,000 yards.
Hold on. Yeah, he definitely would have thrown for 3,800 yards. Easily.
Last year.
Don't say
what
easily,
the fuck they
Red.
talking about,
Don't
Red?
say
Easily.
Don't say
That man's
easily.
arm
No,
easily.
I'm going to tell you he is not an elite quarterback, and I'm going to say that,
man.
and I will say that.
And you don't know what the
there
fuck
are
you
only
talking about,
6
Nick,
elite
because it
quarterbacks.
doesn't make any sense. You can't throw for
There's only
5,000
6 elite
yards
quarterbacks
and not
in
be
the NFL.
elite, bro. It doesn't happen. What elite quarterback throws for 40? What non-elite quarterback throws for 4,900 yards?
There's only
2 years in a
There's
row.
only 6 elite quarterbacks
Jameis
in
Winston
the
do
NFL.
it. Jameis Winston, he ain't elite at all. He throwing 5,000.
There we go.
Jameis don't count.
He ain't elite at
Jameis
all.
don't count. Jameis is an exception.
Hey,
Jameis is an
Joe
exception. He don't
Flacco.
count.
Joe Flacco ain't elite at all.
Yeah, Jameis special.
Hey, Twan got to
I
get
knew
on
it
He's
was
y'all.
special. We
coming.
don't count Jameis.
The host
Listen,
got to get
I was
hold
trying
we
not
don't
to say.
count
I was
Jameis.
trying not to say it because Twan was
trying
gonna
to
light
get
my
in.
ass up if I said it.
No. We don't do
I tried,
Jameis.
Twan.
We don't
We're
do
not putting
Jameis.
Jameis ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
See, I told y'all better leave Davis Winston alone.
Chill out, 336. Better
Jameis
leave
is an
Jameis out.
exception.
That's all I'm saying. All the 336.
Read
All
my
I'm
comment
saying is
again.
that
Read that
he
comment
is
one more
not an
time.
elite quarterback, and I'm sorry. Just having 5,000 yards don't make you an elite quarterback.
So what do you have to stand up? What do you
It
have
makes
to
you
stand
elite.
on
That
to say
damn
he's
did.
not elite? I'm listening.
Huh? What do I have to say?
What is unelite about him?
What is unelite about him? He don't carry no team. He don't carry no team. I at no point do I expect Jared Goff to put the team on his back and win them the game.
Hey, MPJ, I heard what you said, but listen, I'm telling Nick this. If you throw for 5,000 yards,
Nick, how many games did they win?
It was everybody else's fault.
And I'm not, and I would you. There's only 6 elite quarterbacks in the NFL. What'd you say?
Nick, how many games did they win last year? How many games
13.
they won last year?
They won 13.
Who was that on the back of? Who was that on the back of?
They had a good team.
Oh, you see what I mean?
I listen. You might fall into that prey of where you can't tell the difference. I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference when a quarterback is, but I don't do that.
You don't know where the fuck he is right now.
I'm not
The nigga
gonna
said they had a good
ever.
team. So he had a good team in LA. He had a good team in Detroit, and it's
He
always
did
the
have a
team.
good
It's
team.
never the guy
He
throwing
had
for 4,500
and if
yards.
you don't say in LA, he had arguably the best
Nick,
play caller in the NFL.
Nick, fuck them other teams. We talking
It's
about the
everybody else.
I don't give a fuck about the Eagles, the Falcons, the Eagles. I mean, well, Swarm on here. We can talk about the Falcons some. Fuck them damn teams, man. We
Well,
talking
I
about
understand. I
the
just don't understand your boy. That's all. I just don't understand Nick. That's all.
That
Yeah,
motherfuckers in a
I don't understand.
full-blown argument over some teams we don't cheer for. Fuck the
Yeah,
Eagles.
yeah, it's not about the teams. That's why.
Tico made the point of the night to me though, man. It's wins over numbers. I don't give a fuck what anybody get as long as we win. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a perfect point. I'm glad you brought that back up because you said that earlier too, Twan. So you're gonna give a guy a $250 million extension with terrible numbers just because we win? You okay with that?
I ain't give no.
Well, nobody ever said
I
about
said, are you
paying
okay
him.
with it? I said, are you okay with it?
No.
But if he have terrible numbers,
Okay,
we're not
so
gonna
numbers
win this
do
year.
matter then, don't they?
Yeah,
so numbers do matter then. Okay.
But yeah, but MJ just said it. But if he has terrible numbers, we ain't gonna win.
We ain't gonna win. So it's pretty much a dead point. Like
So
we
then
gonna
why
go as
say
far
wins
as that.
over
That's a mute point, man.
So then that means that so MDJ, that means the numbers coincide with winning, then don't they? So the numbers do matter.
Yeah, the numbers matter. The numbers matter 336, but it matters to a point. But it's the efficiency. Like he ain't got to throw for 300 or 400 as long as he don't throw no picks. You see what I'm saying? Like he can throw for 200 as long as he ain't the reason we lost. As long as he ain't the reason we lost.
Hey, shout out to Supernova Moore. I said it earlier. He can dink and dunk all season for all I'm fucking concerned, bro. As long as we win.
And I do want to say this though, 336. I completely let it known that if the only way he's going to get paid is if he does some astronomical numbers. I said that. I
It's a fact.
But I don't.
The numbers do matter. We can't sit here and say he can throw for 100 yards a game and we winning.
Ain't nobody complaining about shit if we win, bro. Ain't nobody.
But until it's time to sign that extension, Twan, you know how it is about money around here.
I know that.
Get ready to pay a Panther and watch our niggas talk.
I wouldn't. I
don't. But let me ask you this: why are we arguing about somebody else's money?
Right.
So listen, me and Claire.
What do you mean? Why are we arguing about this? Is the team that we cheer for.
Hey, look, y'all niggas need to take some chewables or some shit.
Yeah, like it's y'all got to realize that it is a world where we run the ball and play defense, and Bryce numbers ain't gonna look good, but he ain't the reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like we'll be able to tell. We'll be able to tell if it's Bryce's fault or not. Trust me, we'll be able to tell.
Oh man, you niggas in this running the ball.
No, that's not what I'm
defense.
saying.
It is 2025.
That's not what I'm saying.
It's 2025. And people
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're gonna be able to tell. No matter what the ratio is,
and they win in the toughest division.
You're gonna be able to tell.
Pittsburgh
you're gonna be able to tell. You feel me on that?
I just want to know this.
You're gonna be able to tell if it's Bryce's fault or not. Whether it's 400 yards a game and we lose, you see what I'm saying? He can throw for 400 yards a game and 5 touchdowns and we lose. You'll be able to tell if it's Bryce's fault.
But see, that's understood. What I'm saying is you can't say we can run the ball and play defense in year 3 of your quarterback. We're not doing that.
No.
Because you have to pay this guy. Do y'all know what time it is?
You don't have to pay him. Right. You don't have to.
Exactly.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to. But that's where we're at right now. So you're at the decision of whether you're going to pay this guy or not as a franchise. That matters.
That decision doesn't have to be made this year. You can't just erase the fact and
say, well, let's just run the ball in year 3. What the hell? Why did we draft the quarterback in the first place?
I don't care if they pay him or they don't. The Broncos paid Russell Wilson and they cut his ass and got another quarterback and still win.
Depends on where you sitting there.
This is Carolina. This ain't Denver. We ain't got the money that Denver has. We're not in the position.
Whoa. What is the difference between? I just want to know something. Hold on. I want to know something. What's the difference between? What's the real difference between 20 billion and 80 billion? What's the difference?
Man, if you don't go ahead and make that fucking point.
What was Russell?
What's the difference?
What was Russell's contract? What was Russell's contract?
So I just want to know where we don't have the money at.
Okay, I'll tell you. The difference is that
Nick, what was Russell's
more
contract?
shit than the 20 billion dudes.
But at the end of the day, they can still do the same shit, right?
Right. Correct.
No, they can't. And Nick, what was Russell's contract?
I don't know. I'm not looking at Russell Wilson's contract.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not, because that's why you're talking.
I know that they own. I know that when he left,
nobody's signing a quarterback under the contract that they gave Russell and cutting him the way that they did. Nobody's doing that except for him.
I don't want to leave out the resident Falcon over here. Swarm with Melo. Melo said the wide receivers were only good because of Cousins. He said y'all gonna see this year too.
Oh shit.
Hey Red, how much y'all paid Kirk Cousins last year? Do you care about that contract right now? Do you really give a fuck about that contract?
He's still on the team. Hey, he's still on the team, man. MDJ. Hey, MDJ, he's still on the team, or is he cut?
So
he's still on the team, or is he cut?
The point is, it don't make a break the team's future, bro.
Also, it doesn't matter. They didn't cut him, did they? Did they cut him? Did they cut him? He's still on the team, baby.
He's still on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
He's talking about the money.
He's still on the team because nobody's signing a quarterback to that type of money and cutting him. Because nobody's signing him under that contract and cutting him.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, it must be. You got to talk with some fucking sense. Yeah, talk with some sense. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work.
You made it seem like the owner having the money made it.
Hey, hold tight, man. It's on Red Swarm.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can turn my mic up a little bit, man.
I can turn you up
with these fellas.
I can turn you up.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say is that I don't know if 336 Boston has looked into the numbers. Numbers do tell a story. They're not everything. But when it comes to passing yards, the passing yards per game and receptions, yardage went up when Penix came in. Actually, with no chemistry, not having his first start with the starting wide receivers came on the Wednesday before his game with the New York Giants. He had 3 games. The numbers went up. Those 3 games that he had with Drake London were Drake London's highest output since he's been in the NFL as a receiver. That points to a higher output, at least offensive passing yards, for this team, having had another season and a full off season with Michael Penix. Does it mean it's going to happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But when you ask me what happened when Penix came in the game following Cousins throwing to those receivers, they had more production with Michael Penix than they did, believe it or not, even with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that one, Red.
Let me say something real quick that Supernova just pointed out. I've been saying this shit a lot too, so you're absolutely correct. He said, y'all stop helping Red. I ain't talking about right now. Shit on our team, man. Have some fucking Panther pride, man. A lot of y'all motherfuckers be out here helping Red, and that's why
it ain't no problem, man. Supernova is not really that confident. He's not really that confident, man. So he has to ask y'all to stop me from talking shit because it hurts his feelings, man. But don't worry about it, Supernova. It's gonna be all right. I can't hurt your He gonna have to pull up and quit talking that shit in the chat if he want to get right with me, man. You know, it don't work like that. Hey, man, take it easy on Red.
Huh? We waiting on the Panthers.
Hey, Supernova, hit the link. Don't let these motherfuckers talk to you crazy and you ain't in here.
Yeah. Come on with it.
No, they don't want to talk
I'll kick him in his chest.
We waiting on the Panthers.
I'm gonna kick him in his chest.
Yeah.
We waiting on the Panthers. That's y'all problem. Y'all think it's the fan base. Y'all running around here blaming the fan base. The fan base waiting on the goddamn team. We've been waiting on the team.
They coming. They here.
Yeah.
Have Panther pride. Nigga, we done had the most Panther pride. We waiting on them to have some fucking Panther pride.
You can hate on me all you want to, and you can say that podcasters let Red Swarm talk shit and this and that.
And they do.
Actually,
they do.
This is Twan. They can call it letting me talking shit. But let me ask you a question. There's a difference between talking shit and talking facts, right? Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
But that last fact that you just put out, I think you on some bullshit.
Nick, let him finish shit.
Well, you go and look at it yourself, Nick. You go. I mean, we don't even have to have that discussion. You can go and look it up yourself.
I'm looking at it.
So then, secondly, what I would say is, I'm not to what 336 just said. I'm not talking no shit. You might not like to hear it. You might like to live in a world where nobody tells you that your starting quarterback has an NFL record of 6-22. But that's the fact, brother. Like it or not, that's the fact.
Hey, hold up. What's your quarterback got?
1-3, 1-2.
Yeah.
1-2.
Okay, sound like he on the same trajectory.
It sounds like he is on a cliff.
It sounds like that motherfucker on the same trajectory.
He just want to talk about our quarterback.
Sounds like he is on a point 3-3. Sounds like he is on a point 3. Well, no, if we want to talk algebra, I can do it all day long. Sounds like he's on a 0.333% clip, and it sounds like Bryce is on a 0.2727. I'll take the 333 as bad as it is.
Man, hopefully your quarterback play 28 games, man. We'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully he play 28 games.
But I promise you this. At the end of 34 games, I guarantee you he'll have better than a 6-22
You can't
record.
guarantee shit.
No, you can't guarantee
that he'll be able to play them.
You can't guarantee that shit.
Let me tell you something. The only way that you can guarantee something is to make a financial investment in it.
Well, he basically
I'm
saying,
telling you right now. And this is
I'm basically saying, if you don't think I can guarantee it, bet it.
Swarm, you're gonna get kicked out of the house this year. I'm telling you.
Okay.
He said that same shit about Desmond Riddle, man. He a quarterback boy too.
Okay.
I don't want to hear that shit.
You said the same shit about Riddle.
Same shit, man.
And I said the same shit about Bryce. And I said the same shit about Bryce. And he still ain't got y'all nowhere.
And somehow he continues to bust y'all ass.
Yep.
Nigga got a new quarterback every fucking year.
2-1. That's ass busting. 2-1
So when you ask the question, MDJ, who is the team that Bryce is consistently whipping the ass when he wins?
The team Red Swarm.
Okay.
New quarterback every year having ass.
Who is the team that can?
And
guess what, Twan? Since you like consistency,
you
like consistency, right? Mm-hmm. You say you like that. You just pointed out he consistently busts the Atlanta Falcons' ass. Guess what else he does consistently?
Hold on.
If you
it's got to end in Falcons. It's got to end in Falcons.
If you gonna go there, I'm gonna go there. He consistently loses the first 5 to 6 games of the season.
Well, he didn't do that.
He don't. Tell me he don't. Tell me he don't.
Can I talk trash to Red? Can I talk trash to Red?
What the fuck your quarterback do, Red? Your quarterback don't do shit either, man.
Sit on the sideline with a mustache do-rag on his head.
Hold on. Let me say something to Red. Red, them numbers that you just gave us was some hot fucking bullshit.
Okay, all right.
I just want you to know that. Because I went and looked at the shit. Hold on. Let me finish.
Pull this up, so I'm gonna give him the link. Go ahead.
That's some hot bullshit. Because them numbers, you said he had one game that was better than the rest of the games with Kirk Cousins. One game.
I did not say that. I did not say
that. You said them 3 games with that Penix was with Drake London, that his numbers was better than all of those. He was only one. It was only one. That was his best game of the season. It was only one. The rest of them games, he had 59 yards in one of them games.
Okay. So check this out. While I've been sitting up here going back and forth, bantering and debating with the fellas, you've been over there on the computer typing up shit. I'm fixing to go and pull up the same shit for Twan. Because see, I'm not gonna let you just say something out of the ether. You can sit over there and giggle and laugh. But I don't like for motherfuckers to call me a liar. Motherfuckers to call me a liar.
I ain't calling you a liar. I said that that there was some bullshit ass numbers. You looking at them, you are misconstruing the numbers.
I don't talk just to be talking.
Not the way that you are making them look.
Just to be talking.
Hey, Red, Supernova said, Red, I'm too much of a man for you to hurt my feelings.
I'm deep into it. Thank you, brother. I'm glad to know that. Mutual respect.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. The numbers was
As a matter of fact,
huge.
Red, you sound like your feelings hurt.
Oh, never that.
They was. This feelings was hurt because I told him his numbers was some bullshit.
Never that.
Look,
Nigga, hey, in case you didn't know, in case you didn't know, I'm a nuke. My feelings don't get hurt. I just move on to another one, bro. Trust me. Trust me.
Now that's what you do with your quarterbacks. You just move on to the next one.
Same, exactly.
The same fucking way you love to tell everybody they love Bryce, you love all your fucking quarterbacks.
Exactly.
No matter who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You ain't finna hear me big up no loser.
Hey,
I'm
look.
Not gonna do it.
Hey, MDJ, didn't he talk about him like a fucking dog when they don't work out?
Right. Halfway through the season, he be humbled in the motherfucker, right?
Well, guess what?
Damn, brother.
Shit be crazy.
I can't Cousins fucking our damn money up.
If y'all didn't understand, if y'all don't understand it by now, let me explain it to you and put it in plain terms. If a motherfucker ain't doing nothing for me, I don't have no use for him. Get the fuck on and let me get on with somebody who can win.
So, Red, if I say this, what do you say to this? The Atlanta Falcons will be looking for another quarterback in 2 years because Penix ain't gonna work out.
I'll say it's possible. I don't believe it at this point, but it's possible. Let me ask you this. What would Penix's record have to be after you said 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
What would his record have to be in order for you to substantiate that statement?
I know what the fuck you doing, Red. I know what the fuck you doing,
man.
I know what the fuck you doing,
man. That's the answer, Red. Playoffs, Red.
Yeah, Red said you up.
The record got to be playoffs.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be honest with you, Red.
Don't answer,
man. You ain't see that slow ass right here.
Hold on.
Don't answer the question,
Red.
They do 336.
Hold on. Let me get Red real quick.
Don't answer the question.
Don't ask no questions. He got one.
You unfair motherfuckers. You gonna tell me I gotta hold a certain standard that you won't hold? What kind of man you think I am?
Red,
huh?
Red, I never said we're going to the playoffs for one. So that standard, you got to take that up to whoever the man said that. Number two, I had this talk to you before anybody else came to you and talked to you about where Atlanta is at as far as status of where they're supposed to be. Because as a QB, it's fine if he takes time to progress. But your Atlanta Falcons as an organization has to win now. Number two, remember I said this, there's a possibility Kirk Cousins can be in by week 6. So, be careful, tread lightly. Because he has not sat in front of, I'm not a Bryce dude, but he has not sat in front of any of the defenses that Bryce has sat so far. He's only. I know he's just now getting. I know he's getting.
Great attempt.
About 2 more sentences.
Great attempt.
Just 2 more sentences.
To rescue
I understand.
And same for you, MDJ. But
about 3 more sentences.
Back to you. Your question. My answer. I need an answer to my question.
Let Pop finish. He said got 2 more sentences.
I know that you're leaning on. Okay, he's getting the first team reps with the guys. He's getting some continuity. To me, he's still a rookie going in this year. No matter how you look at it, and he's actually got a harder schedule this year than last year that Kirk Cousins started off with. That's a lot of things that he's got to process, no matter how big his arm is. That's why your Falcons was able to keep going, because now they had got a threat that was just like Kirk Cousins and could push the ball down the field in his 3 games that he played. The offense was back. The ship kept going. Because now you got to push the field. So it didn't change that much. That's why your offense still looked good. And you didn't have a hurt quarterback. But now he has to sit in front of all these defenses that he hasn't played against. You got to go against Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I do know that we got to go against the Minnesota.
Okay. Hold on. Tell me how good their defense is.
We got to go against a rookie quarterback who was coming off
so did Minnesota. You got a rookie quarterback.
And who has
about
played
everything
not
I just said. I'm quiet now.
In the NFL. Right. Ooh, I'm so scared of Minnesota.
All right. Okay. All right. They did go to the playoffs last year, right? And y'all didn't.
Well, this is my point. J.J. McCarthy wasn't the quarterback of the team when they went to the playoffs.
Okay, if that's what you want to hang your hat on, cool, Red.
Well, it's a fact.
Minnesota. I'm not.
It's a
But
fact.
Red, I said a lot. You're gonna have to break it down later when you listen to the listen back. It's not just Minnesota that he has to go against. You're going against a lot of good teams. Your schedule is harder than last year.
As a motherfucker.
Well, I know y'all don't believe in this. I know that I'm just gonna say something that's gonna fall on deaf ears.
By week
But
6, Kirk Cousins, your $100 million guy could be back in the game.
We have the fourth easiest strength of schedule in the NFL. Fourth easiest. Okay. And let me tell you something about schedules. If you go and look at the schedules, do a side by side, like I made a Excel spreadsheet. If you go and look at the side by side, we play the exact same teams that y'all play, except for three teams. We play the Minnesota Vikings out of the NFC North. We play the Washington Commanders out of the NFC East. And I believe we play the AFC. Damn, not the AFC. It might be the NFC West team. That was the second.
That's all cool.
No, but listen to what I'm saying.
It's when y'all play them as well.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Minnesota, Carolina, Washington, Buffalo, San Francisco. That's your first 7 games.
Okay. Then we have Miami, New England, Indianapolis. Scroll down, Twan.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and a quick little poll.
Look at your record prediction.
So what's the point? What's the point of looking at this?
No, I'm not gonna get his record prediction. I'm asking all the rest of you. So Atlanta gonna beat Tampa to start the year off with.
We swept them last year. Why shouldn't we beat them?
Nope.
Then y'all gonna
it's a division game, man.
You don't want to agree with that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
I'm not Red. I'm coming with you unbiased.
You don't want to hear that from me.
You know why?
You don't want to hear that from me. We swept them last year.
Swarm is possible though, but look, that don't mean y'all gonna do it this year.
I'm talking about this year.
I said this year.
I'm talking about this year. That's true. Yeah, y'all swept them.
They got some new pieces over there.
Continuity is everything, baby. And they won the division.
Look, I'm giving Atlanta that first game. But
it's possible they can win that game, man.
You got to be real with them. We gonna beat them at home.
Okay, y'all playing at home. All right, so at Minnesota.
We gonna beat them and JJ McCarthy.
I'm skipping Carolina. At versus Washington.
They'll probably beat us. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Probably with it. They're gonna beat y'all out. Buffalo.
Like I said, they'll probably beat us. We took them to overtime on a Sunday night game in their home last year with a rookie in his second game. Buffalo would beat us.
With Kirk Cousins.
No, that was with Michael Penix. Penix.
Okay, that was Penix.
Hey, Red, you handling this shit all right here. I can't even lie, man.
Frisco.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I can't even lie.
I don't think Frisco is going to be as good as they were last year, but I have that as a loss for us.
Miami.
Win.
I don't. Yeah, y'all.
Keep going. Let's roll. Keep going. Now we've gotten to the easier part of the schedule. Let's go. Let's go.
Y'all are steamroll over New England and Indianapolis.
Now you want to stop asking me. Look how fast you're going.
Hold on. Stop right there at 11. How's it
going now? Look how fast it's going.
Why is it easy when it? Because you already counting. Never mind. Go ahead. Never mind.
Well, see, look,
I'm gonna tell you the same thing on the screen that y'all see.
But Swarm, I'm gonna tell you the difference though.
You don't see. You in that? Hold on. Are you saying you sweeping the Panthers?
I didn't say we were sweeping y'all. I asked him why he was going so fast past Miami, New England, Indianapolis.
No. Schedule really ain't all that scary though, bro.
But I told you.
Look at that shit.
You ain't got to tell them shit, MDJ.
Swarm, let me tell you why I'm going fast. Because
Washington might be their ass.
I don't think that New England or Indianapolis can beat y'all, nor New Orleans, nor the Jets. But Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know about Seattle. I don't know. They beat us last year when I thought we had them.
I guess that was during. Out again, even though it's a prime time.
Well, we'll split with them. We'll split with y'all.
Okay. Arizona.
I say we beat Arizona. I don't really respect the Cardinals, even though I think their defense is better this year. I think their defense is better this year. I just don't believe in Kyler Murray, man. And if you can contain him, that's a loss.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far you got 7. You got y'all losing. Y'all going 11
and 6 or
6.
10 and 7. Either one of the two.
Damn.
Man, fuck the Saints. My wife
They
telling me,
go
but
red. They go red. Hey, hey, we got red to give that prediction.
Bro, I've been gave that prediction, and I'm standing on it.
If you stand on it at the end of the year like you wouldn't stand on that one you gave last year.
Twan, what's your queen? Twan, what your queen say?
She said some delusional shit. She said,
we beating at least one of them games.
She said the Saints gonna beat y'all in one of those games.
I won't be surprised. Hey, listen, let me tell her I won't be surprised because she knows our rivalry. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about neither one of you.
Well, Twan, I'm just telling you. That's the way it goes.
Both of y'all motherfuckers can drown.
We ain't delusional. Y'all the delusional ones. All this sweeping everybody. Who the fuck have y'all ever swept?
Oh, Twan said that shit to you.
Yeah, I got you.
Twan said that to you. Ain't nobody else said that.
I've seen so many of y'all go through that schedule and come out with a 12-5 record.
We're gonna do it again right now.
Who is some of y'all? Some of y'all?
We're gonna do it again right now.
Not you, Nick.
Hey, how y'all feel about us? I said Jacksonville.
Shit a toss up, man.
Tell me how y'all get to 5-0. I've heard 5-0 and 6-0 and 7-0 to start the season from so many places. But go ahead.
Right. Well, you're gonna hear people as a whole now. How many of y'all believe Jacksonville can beat us? I'll say that.
I believe Jacksonville can beat y'all. And I believe it's possible that Bryce Young could lose the first 5 games of the season for y'all.
That's 336, right?
Nah, this MDJ. I think Jacksonville can beat us. We can beat them too, but I think Jacksonville can beat us.
Now, Arizona, we got they ain't beat us in the last 4 times we played them, but y'all think they got us this year?
And they know that.
I think that's a dub. We beat them. We beat Arizona, man. We kind of got their number in a way.
Yeah, they can't beat us for some reason.
We got Kyler Murray's number. That's why.
We got So what about New England?
Up in New England. Y'all on the road.
I don't give a fuck.
I think we can beat New England. It ain't no easy game, though.
I think we can beat New England.
I got us beating New England. But so let me hear why we're not going to beat New England. For those who think we're going to lose in New England.
They got a good coach and a good quarterback, man. And that's 2 things you need to fucking win. So
hey, hold on. What about Drake May? What has Drake May done to prove that he was a good quarterback?
What has Drake May done?
Man, if you got eyes, you can see.
There you go.
Man.
There you go.
What?
He's a good quarterback.
MDJ.
All right, man. He's a good
quarterback, man.
Here we go.
MDJ, can I butt in?
These non-professional eyes.
Can I butt in? Hey, Nick, let me ask you a question.
I see where this shit going, so I'm going to just
Nick,
turn
let me
that
ask you a
off.
question. What the fuck has Bryce Young done?
I never said he was a. Hold on. You see how you come over here? You walked yourself into this. I never said Bryce Young was a good quarterback.
Well, all MDJ said was they have a good quarterback
and I said, what the hell did he? And I said, what the hell has he done to prove that he was a good quarterback?
He's giving that as his reason for what Twan asked. Why can New England beat y'all?
What's the ceiling for us this year, man? Wins.
I think
8 and 9, I say.
The ceiling would be 10, but everything got to go fucking perfect.
Okay.
I say y'all ceiling is 8 and 9. Floor is 6 and 11.
T. Cole, what you got? Pop.
And I want my statement recorded.
We got go back.
It's already recorded.
Because when we come back to it, I want y'all to hear me say ceiling 8 and 9, floor 6 and 11. I want y'all to hear that shit when you play it back.
I want to hear it too when that shit don't happen.
So I'm just going to be able to talk shit if we lose and say I told you so if we win.
The floor is 6.
We know that.
The floor is 6. The floor is 6. The Panthers drafting a new quarterback. The ceiling, I would have to agree with MDJ, is 10. Nothing past that.
But that shit got to go perfect to get to 10, I would say. But I at least give them that.
Twan, I know you're not gonna give a schedule prediction, but what's your floor and ceiling, Twan? Will you do that?
Ceiling is 10.
Okay, I respect that. I respect
Everybody's saying the same thing.
I'll be honest with you. I only said 10 because they said it was 9.
Hold on.
Well, stand on your own square. Stand on your own square.
Well, I
I
say
just come
9,
back
but
to
I
make
think
some
you're
bets.
going else.
I want to see MDJ and Pop. Y'all want to bet on that 10 win?
I'm not saying we gonna win
nobody
10 win.
said
I'm
10.
not
They
saying
said
we
that
gonna
was
win
the
10
floor and the
games, go.
ceiling.
Nick,
They
Yeah.
said
you
that was
talking
the
money,
floor
Nick.
and the
Nick, stay
ceiling.
out of it, Nick.
I
What's
ain't never
between
said we
10?
could
What's
stay out of
between
it.
10 and 6,
Thank you,
go?
Red.
What's between
Thank
10
you,
and
Red.
6?
Thank you, Red.
About
Oh,
7,
he
8.
ain't gonna
That's
bet.
what I really believe.
Thank
That's
you, Red.
between the floor and the
Hold
ceiling.
on,
That's where we at.
hold on. Kendall, what you saying the ceiling is?
Kendall
Ceiling
think
is
we're
8.
gonna win 3 games. Kendall one of them people.
See, once again, nobody asked you, Nick. Stay out of it, Nick. Stay out of it, Nick. Then Red just say stay out of it.
I'm
He
just
said
saying, you the opposite
8.
of the opposite of a bright sexual.
No, but he said
Ceiling 8
8.
games. Hold up.
That's a
You
respectable number.
put the thing back up there, Twan. What your prediction is, Nick. Go through the schedule,
I
Nick,
didn't make no record prediction.
and then bet on it.
We said
And then
a
bet on it.
floor in the ceiling. I didn't make a record prediction. We said a floor in a ceiling.
No,
We never
nobody
made a record
said we was
prediction.
gonna win
My
10
name is
games,
my
man.
name is not
Nobody
my
said we was
name
gonna
is
win 10
definitely not
games.
I
no
said the
fool.
ceiling.
My name is not Ronnie. You can't talk me into shit. You
I
might
said
as
Django,
the
well go
stand
ahead
ceiling
and
on
was
that.
talk to
8. I
you might as well
said
go
Django,
ahead and
stand
talk
ceiling
to
on
was
that.
8.
Jesus if you think you can talk me into
I said we
anything.
gonna win one game or something like that. I ain't never said we were gonna win 1 game. I always said 8 games, 8 and 9
That's a
tops.
respectable number.
That's
Hey,
all
Django,
you
Claire,
stand
gonna.
on that.
Claire,
Look. That's the
what's the
best.
ceiling?
That's the best you ever gonna have with this
My
boy here at
ceiling
quarterback
Yeah,
position.
9.
Best.
that's a
My
respectable number.
my floor is 5. I do that every year though. Whatever wins we got the year before is what I put as the floor usually, because we should
That
be
makes
getting
sense.
better.
That makes sense.
And if we can't get better than the year before, then we're not doing something right. So I always
And
make
that
my
says
Damn
you.
floor
right.
And that
what we did
says
the year
that
before.
says that you will not give them. You don't view any regression. That's why you say the floor is last
No,
year's record.
I do not, and I have said that many times even tonight, and I see improvement in this team. I'm not gonna go out here and start guessing playoffs though,
Yeah.
because I don't even think 9-8. I mean, 9-8 could get us wild
Yeah.
card. Who knows? But I'm not. It also could not be enough to get us there either. So
But Claire,
But hold on, but y'all
the
say
biggest thing,
people say
Claire,
how
the
bad the
biggest thing, the
NFC
reason why
South is.
you can't jump on a playoff train or something like that. What's the biggest thing why you can't do that?
Oh God, here we go. Why does it
I
always
mean,
have to
well,
come
my
back to
answer is
one
very
person for you?
They
simple,
had it
and
once
it just.
Hey,
again, Nick. They had it once again. I said
she
Claire.
asked
I
Claire, bro.
said Claire.
I mean,
Defense,
my answer's
defense,
just very simple. It's
defense.
not even that. It's just inconsistency throughout the entire team. Bryce hasn't been consistent. The defense hasn't been consistent. The play calling hasn't been consistent. The defensive coordinator scheming everything up hasn't been consistent. You can make the argument we didn't have the pieces, but either way, there has not been enough consistency for me to argue why I could
I
jump on
respect
or
that.
off the
I
playoff
respect
train.
that, Claire. I respect
You
that,
all right with
Claire.
me, Claire. You all
I
right with me,
respect that,
because
Claire.
you didn't say what he wanted you to say. You all right with me.
No, no.
You all right
Well,
with
the
me.
biggest thing though is she did say Bryce.
No,
You
she
going
didn't.
into
No,
year
she
Yeah,
three,
didn't. I heard
yeah,
exactly what the
You
fuck she
going
yeah.
in,
said. No, she didn't.
you
She
going into year
did,
three,
but
I
he
know
ain't
you
the
did,
only
Bryce.
reason.
He's
He
not
ain't the
the
year
only
only
three,
reason.
reason, though.
MDJ, year three,
He
No,
ain't
it's
the
no.
still a
only
question
reason, though,
mark on
go.
your quarterback's back.
But
You
that's
can't
not what
do
she
that in
said. It's
today's
the whole
NFL.
team, go. No, you
336 tried to
you can
tell
have a good ass
y'all.
MDJ,
quarterback and still not make
MDJ,
the playoffs.
MDJ,
You do realize that, right?
you know he hear what he want to hear, and he don't when he don't.
Pop, don't do that. Don't do that. But
I mean,
you
that
getting
shit
ready to
is
go
the
there?
truth. That is the truth, man. Y'all
Is that
It's
always
where you
true
getting ready to go?
because
Is that
just
Goat
where
like
you
came
getting
y'all
in
ready
here
to go?
always think
yelling.
y'all right.
Okay,
He came in here.
I'm gonna
He came in here
take the
yelling.
gloves
Talk.
off.
Hold on.
And
All
you
I
Hold
came
heard
in
on.
was
here
Hold on.
facts.
asking me to
Put the
bet
Goat.
him to
gloves
You
win
off
came
in
in
now.
here
10 games.
yelling.
Like, get the fuck out of here,
Goat.
man.
You came in here yelling.
Just about
Talking about
one.
what's your
Bring
record
take the
prediction?
gloves
What's
off.
your record
Take the gloves
prediction?
off. You
Okay,
don't
And
answer the
all he
news
said
too.
was the ceiling
okay,
and the
all
floor.
right.
That's why I said you hear what you want to hear, and you don't when
No,
you
no,
don't.
no. You
That's what
just
we
said
were
I heard
doing.
what I want to hear.
That was all
She
facts.
said said the team
Claire never said
consistency,
Bryce.
and I tell y'all,
You
I did say Bryce, but I didn't say he was the only reason. I did say Bryce, but I didn't say he was the only
She
reason.
didn't say that was the only
Definitely
reason.
part of it.
I say consistency all the time. Then you going into year 3
Across the
with
whole
question mark
team, though.
on your quarterback's
Goat.
back.
For
You
sure.
can't
For
do
sure.
that in the modern day football. You can't do
Well,
that.
no, make no mistake. Bryce does. I mean, Bryce being part of that equation, a lot of it does also ride on him and his own production. It does, but he's not the only reason why we were terrible and have been terrible. So it's. I
No,
mean, it's just to
football.
go more in
We were
depth with
ranked
it, but
32 in
it's
defense, right, Claire? Were we not ranked 32 in defense?
correct. But our offense
Oh,
was
okay.
also ranked what 29th or something.
Yeah,
30.
true.
It was
but
28th.
You gave
the
you
thing
gave
is,
us certain
Claire,
things,
Why
right?
why
You
were
gave
we
Claire,
us
some
certain
ranked
people
things,
30?
ain't
right?
willing to
Why were
admit.
we
Some
ranked
people ain't
33 in
willing to
defense?
admit that it ain't a whole team. Some people say it's
Nah,
all on
these
Bryce.
mugs, hey,
Why?
look,
But see,
look,
It's
look.
all on
No,
Bryce,
these
man.
mugs don't want to admit
hold
that
on
it's a
Hold on
team
for 1
sport.
second.
It ain't never a
Hold on
team
for 1
sport.
second. It's a
It's
team.
only the
It is a
quarterback.
team. Come on, man. We know football is a team sport. Of the team sport. But
Yes,
why were we
sir.
33? Because we took all our damn defense and went to the offensive side of the ball.
We
This
know the
team was
story,
set
Yeah,
Claire.
up
yeah.
to go into
True,
shootout.
true. You
And we
true,
was
true.
not. And guess what? The quarterback didn't never put us in fucking shootouts.
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
So
Yeah,
can I
he
stop
ask you a
did.
that.
question? Can I ask you a
Yeah, he
question?
did.
Did
The game against last game against the Falcons.
He ain't
hey,
lose
Now
that
they go.
Philly
There
game.
you
He
go.
ain't
The
lose
cherry pick
Kansas
one
City.
fucking game, man. They always
Yep,
do that. That's what they do.
one
Cherry
game.
pick
But
one
you,
fucking
oh,
game.
can I ask
but
you a
you
One
just
question?
game.
said he ain't put us in shootouts. He did.
One.
It was
No, it
2
ain't
games, man.
one.
What the fuck is you talking about? It was 2
We
of
was
them.
Bruh,
it.
I just said the team was set up to put us in shootout. So game
He
after,
don't.
and when we just
But
say
he don't play
consistency, so
defense,
that means
bro. He
game
don't play
after
defense.
game. But why did we gut the defense? But this nigga,
Right, right.
I just want
Understand you,
to
but
know. I want to know something.
the
What they were
numbers
supposed to do. What were they
from
supposed to do?
But
from week 10 to week 18, the
build
numbers
a
show that Bryce
complete
was a top
team,
six
Nick.
quarterback.
Build a
He
complete team.
was a top six quarterback. He don't play defense.
Can you
So that
build? Can
means
you
he
That's
build a
what
did.
he was
complete?
supposed to
That
do.
means
Can you
he
build
did
a
what he was
complete
supposed to
team?
do.
Can you
The
build a
numbers say
complete team
Bryce
in
did
one
what he was
off
supposed
season?
to do. Hold on,
Nigga,
Nick.
I told you
Numbers
the
say
first
that the
time when
numbers
you
say
went
that
out
Bryce
there
did what
and
he was
got
supposed to
$100
do.
million guard.
The
You
numbers say
can't
that
do
Bryce
And he
that.
played like
And you
$100 million
still
guard.
trying to build a
And he
team.
played like and he played
one
like a,
I
game.
know
and
that
just
we
like you
know
was
Once
that
talking,
we
he
again,
played,
agreed he
one
was a
he
top
dude,
played
six
like
one
$100
dude.
quarterback,
million
bro.
guard.
He did what he was supposed to do.
He did what he was supposed to do.
We was
He put
fi-
almost every one of the
Well,
top
he don't play
top
defense either,
top
right?
defensive.
He
I'm gonna
don't
say
play
this.
defense either. He don't play
Nope.
defense
Almost
either,
every
right?
last
He can
one of
run
the
off.
top defensive tackles that got in his way got
He
put on the
don't play
ground.
defense either,
He did
right?
what he
But
was
you gotta
supposed
play
to do.
defense, right?
And
It's
that's
three
what we did
phases
this
to a
year.
game, right?
So did we not
It's
address the
three
defense
phases to
this
a
year?
game. So it's
I mean,
three
go
phases to a game,
but
right?
listen, go you pick these narratives that you want to spin, and then you don't
That
realize
ain't
that
a
they
narrative.
did. Sure, it is a
That ain't
narrative.
a
It is
narrative.
a
How's
narrative.
it a
The
narrative? How's
GM
it a
this year,
narrative when you did it?
because last year
How's
he
it a
addressed
narrative
it.
when you did it? Did you
Because
not
let,
spend?
let
Did
me
you not
finish
spend $100
before
million
what
on
you
the
go.
ball? But you said it's a narrative.
Last year he spent the money on the offensive line. This year he spent the money on the defensive line. Did he not? Did he not?
Nowhere near the same amount.
Did he not?
Nowhere near the same.
You stay out of
Thank you,
this shit,
Red.
Red.
Thank you, Red.
Did he
Okay,
not?
Thank
I'll
you,
stay
Did he
Red.
out.
not?
I'll stay
Did
out.
he
I'll
not?
stay
Thank
out.
you, Red.
Y'all always over
Hold up.
here. Y'all over
Hold
here
up, Nick.
pushing these. Y'all push. You one of the
Let
motherfuckers
me
that
ask this
said that
question.
we got C
Was
ranked players. That's why I don't even want to hear what you got
was
to
the
say. All that
was the
bullshit
same
you
amount?
saying is just your narrative.
Was the same?
I think for myself.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Nick.
Pop.
All
Go
that
ahead, Pop.
all that all that
I'm just
defensive
curious. I'm just
shit and
curious.
all that weapon
Hold on,
shit,
hold on. When
all that shit goes out all that shit goes out the door, bro. Because when you look at the
I want to ask
numbers,
though.
hold on. When you look at the numbers, from week 10 to week 18, he was a top six quarterback. Period. It
Go.
don't
There
matter
they
what
go.
the team. It don't
There they
matter
go.
what the team. No, hold on,
What?
hold on. I understand what you're
There they
saying,
go.
bro. Hold on, go. Trust me,
So we didn't.
bro.
So we didn't play no
Hold
more
on,
Say
hold,
that
go,
again,
football
hold
from
Tico.
on,
then.
go. Hold
From week
on,
10.
go. Hold on, go. Hold on,
Damn it.
go. Trust
So
me.
we'll
I
start the season
understand
at
where
week
you.
10. I ain't even
Hold
talking
on,
to
I
y'all no more
understand.
than week 10
No,
this year right
I
here.
understand where you coming
week 1,
from, Go?
week 2, week 3, week
Go,
4, week
go.
5,
Trust
week
me,
6,
bro.
week 7,
Hold on,
week
bro.
8,
Hey,
week
Tico,
9.
let him get it
What
out.
about week 10?
You might as well
Go.
just not even listen. Don't even
Just
argue with
listen,
him,
bro.
Tico.
Okay.
He don't
Just
listen.
listen, bro. I know what he was week 1. I know what he was week 2. And I know he was week 18. I know what he was from week 10 to week 18. But what I'm saying is that you got to understand that what he did from week 10 to week 18 is the numbers are there. No matter what we did as a team. So you have to ask yourself, what was the problem? If Burks was a top 10 quarterback and he was top 3 in big time throws over 20 plus yards in coverage, big time throws in tight windows, what was the problem? It wasn't him, bro. These are numbers. These are facts. Y'all want to keep talking about facts. He was the top 10 quarterback from week 10 to week 18. I ain't talking about week 3 like say. I ain't talking about week 18 like everybody else. I'm talking about since the time from Denver all the way up until Atlanta. He was top 6 in the NFL. The wins ain't got the wins. It didn't matriculate the wins. So I understand the position of the fans as far as that we ain't winning. So I understand that point, but when I say I don't know what the record gonna be this year, and I don't know because what I respect Red for, and a lot of other y'all for is because y'all understand the disparity that the league goes through every year. Somebody's gonna drop off. Somebody's gonna rise. So you can't really go off of last year and use it as a prerequisite of this year. So I can't sit up here and say with positivity of what the record is going to be, but I can tell you that it won't be because of Bryce Young. It might be 9-8. 9-8 might be a reason. 9-8 might not get us in the playoffs. 9-8 might get us in the playoffs. But
I have to jump in.
What I'm saying is what Bryce Young and the Panthers what he put us in is in the perspective. This is the perspective that he put us in. We have fans on both sides. But he has improved it over a full 18 weeks.
All I'm gonna say is what Tico
said. He has improved it over 18 weeks.
What he said from 10 to 18 weeks. I mean, it is true. I mean, that's the numbers. You can go look at him. He was, but unfortunately, you got to play 17 games, and he was
right. Exactly. So what I'm saying,
not 8 games.
That is how it felt.
That gives the fans the perspective of the people who think they've seen enough and feel like he's not going to digress, and the people that feel like they got to see more.
That's why I got to ask Bill a question.
All I'm gonna say is this, because I want to let Pop go. All I'm gonna say is this: I've been on Bryce's ass, man, since he been here. But when he looked better, I'm gonna give him credit when he looked better. A lot of those damn games that we lost weren't on his back. Our defense was all time terrible. He put up the numbers on offense that he should have put up. The defense didn't help nobody out.
I got 94 yards in one game. What fucking numbers is he talking about?
That was one game, though. So what?
Let me ask Bill a question. Let me ask Bill.
305 and all type shit like that.
Ain't no reason to ask no question. He be cherry picking. He a cherry picker. He a reverse Bryce section. Just leave that shit at that.
You done stopped your black ass up here and and then my man just said he was the top quarterback.
Kendall only said one game, though. He didn't say the rest of them games. He said one game.
So I just want to ask Go. I want to ask Go one question.
The stats say what they say. And
let me ask a question. You know I don't care for Bryce. I didn't want Bryce. But I just want to hear you be, completely honest. I know you're gonna speak your mind no matter what I ask you. That's what I appreciate about you. Everybody ain't gotta agree with what you say or your opinion. But hey, I know you've been right about a lot of stuff. But I want to ask you and be honest with me. When Bryce came back, how many of those games did he cause us to lose? Which ones?
Wasn't many. That's a legitimate question. Let's go. Come on, go.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
look, his silence say everything you need to hear, bro.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking. I'm breaking it down.
Okay.
All right, so go. Why you do that? Why you do that, Go? Don't throw me the conspiracy theory about the Philly game, because I know you like to do that one. I know you.
Hold up, Pop. Hold up, Pop.
Go
Hold
ahead.
up, Pop. You asked me a question.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Process it.
And
My
I gotta
bad.
go because like I said, I'm driving, so I can't look at it and be 100%. Because
I'm gonna put them up for you right now.
He threw
Nah, be
picks in
safe,
them games,
bro.
right?
No, don't. Yeah. Chill
Hold
out.
up.
Yeah.
He threw picks. Okay, let's break. No, Twan, put it on the screen, Twan. Then put it on the screen. There it is. Because I can't pull it up.
Gotcha.
So go ahead and Denver. So what y'all say when he came back to Denver game, right? That's what y'all want. That's what you want to start
Denver
from.
game.
Fuck 2023 and fuck the rest of the season. Let's start at week 10.
Oh, here we go.
When he was great.
Why you can't just answer the damn
I
question,
don't even
man?
know why
God
y'all even
damn.
asking this
We
man
getting
this
ready to break
shit,
it.
man.
We
Just
getting
give
ready
it
to
up.
break it all the way down. We getting ready to break it all the way down.
But go, you act like
I
you
can't
telling
break.
us some
I can't
Don't
groundbreaking
break
even
it
shit. We
down.
know
ask me.
he
So
sucked
what?
ass his rookie season. Go, we can
Pop
skip that
asked.
shit.
Pop asked me a question. So what I'm supposed to do? Just agree with? Oh yeah, he was great.
He
I
asked you
don't.
about when he came
He didn't
back. He
call us
ain't
to
asked
Told
you
lose
about
y'all,
his
nothing.
rookie
man.
season,
Told
He
bro.
didn't
You
call
y'all.
us
said
to
when the
lose nothing.
man came
We're
back.
You
5
When
can't
the
fix
man came
insanity.
So he
back,
didn't
bro.
cause us to lose nothing. You
When
got
the
it up,
man
Twan.
came back,
I just want.
the only
I
game he
just want to
caused
know
us to
how many
lose was the
games
fucking Cowboy
4 and
game. The
6.
Cowboy
when
4
he
and
game, you
came
6.
might just
back.
say he lost it.
How many games
4
did
and 6.
Bryce cause us to lose? Go. Is
4 and
all I want to
6.
One,
know.
one.
Pull it up,
4 and
Twan.
6
Pull it
when
up,
he
Twan.
came back.
Pull it up, Twan. You got it
I'm
up,
pulling.
Twan.
I'm pulling up.
Red.
I pulled up those last 5 games.
Nah, go from week
Watch all them
10.
games.
From week 10. That's when he was
Pop,
great. That's when he was the best
pop.
quarterback in the league. He was
The
number
answer
one
is the
quarterback.
Oh
Cowboy.
Now,
my
The
why
answer is the
God.
y'all play?
Cowboy game. That's it.
That's
Y'all,
it,
Right,
right?
Cowboy
pull it
game.
up.
That's
That's
it.
Pull it
that's what
up.
I'm thinking.
you
That's
see
what I'm
this?
thinking. Like to
Dallas and
really think.
Denver.
Pull
Yeah,
it up.
You
Dallas.
can make an
I'll give you
argument
that.
for Denver because he threw 2 picks. You can make an argument for
Okay,
Denver.
that's 2. So from
How
from
many
when
throwing
he
down?
came back.
How many throwing down? Hold up, Pop. Hold up, Pop. So you want to be right? Pop's right, y'all. Pop's right.
No,
So
I'm
okay,
not
now,
trying to be right.
Cam.
It don't
Hold
listen. I've been wrong plenty of times. I don't care about being right. We
All
breaking
I
it
know is
down.
that
So
He
go
asked
go
he asked you the
relax.
question.
that
He
QBR
And I
asked
kept
you.
get
growing and
Can I talk to
growing
Claire?
and growing
Can I
and
talk to
growing.
Claire for a second? Can I
He
talk to Claire
asked
for a
you
second?
the
So Claire
question.
got it pulled up, right? So Claire in Denver, right? That was week 10 game, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how many picks he have?
2.
Show Denver, Twan.
So
Two.
so
All right.
you throw 2 picks. I don't know when
Yep.
he threw them, at what time, was they critical picks or what? Okay,
At
so
the
go to
time,
week 11.
at the time,
Hold
Denver
on,
had the
MJ.
best defense in the
Oh,
NFL.
Oh my
now he
God.
can't play
At
against the
the
best
time,
They
Denver
defense.
had the
did.
best
Hold
defense
up.
in the
So
NFL.
so we got the Jets. So y'all said we gonna beat the Jets.
Don't
The
hey,
Jets
don't
had the
cherry
number
pick
3
with this man,
defense.
man.
The Jets had a
Leave
number
it
the
alone.
Jets had a number 3 defense last year. So I guess we ain't gonna beat the Jets because he can't play against a good defense. That's what you just said, right, MDJ?
See? Y'all see? He
Nah,
cherry
Hey,
we
look,
don't
picking
know.
man.
it
Now
out
we
right out
now
of what
This
y'all
now
sound
saying.
like
listen,
I
Leave
now
it
say any of
alone.
that
That is
shit.
Hey,
don't
This
stupid.
sound
hey,
nobody
like
I'm
I
gonna
say
give
hey
any
y'all
of
Nick,
that
no
shit.
that's
answer.
what he just
This
No
sound
said,
like I
answer
Nick.
that
say
makes
any of
sense.
that
That's
shit.
what he
we don't
just
know
said,
about
Nick.
Bro,
He not
That's
gave
what he
us
just
no
said.
answer that
we
makes
talked
sense.
about defense last year.
He just said it,
None of
Nick.
y'all said none of
He
that.
said because he did
I
That
that
ain't
was
say
because
last
none of
year.
Denver
that
had
shit.
a good defense. So
Just
No,
leave
that
it
was
because
alone,
he
last
man.
year.
said
Y'all
that,
not
That
gonna
don't
y'all
mean
not
Denver
what I'm
gonna
don't
saying.
you
get
That's
can't
along.
all.
win for
I'm just
losing.
saying that's what
No,
the
You
no,
trend
can't
that
win
was
for
is.
last
losing
year.
with this man.
Oh,
Hey,
okay,
go.
okay.
MDJ
Yeah,
might be onto something. This an L next to all those teams right there. Red
they
L
had good
next to all those
defenses,
teams.
right?
There you go. There you
They
go.
had good defenses, right?
He
So
can't
who
beat
is
a
that
good
on red?
defense. That's on the
Here you
Okay,
go.
quarterback.
okay.
Here you
Claire,
go.
can I get week 11, Claire?
Here
Mm-hmm.
we go.
What's up?
I'm gonna put
That's
them
a
Who
all
good
do
up.
we
point.
play? Who do we play week 11?
I'm putting them all up so you can see them all.
This year or last year?
Here you go. All of
Last
them.
year, last year.
All of them. All
Last
of them
year
right
last year
here.
was a bye week.
All of them. What
Okay,
team
week
you?
11. So week 12, who do we play?
The Chiefs. Nah,
Or
hold
maybe it
on.
wasn't a bye week. Hold on a minute. I think I've got the wrong thing pulled up.
I would say just
I do
name the
have the
I
wrong
teams.
thing pulled
Just
up.
name the
I can't
teams,
bring
man.
but I
Yeah, it
can't
was the
bring it up.
It
Chiefs.
was the Chiefs.
I
Yeah, it
can't
was
bring
the
it up.
Chiefs.
So obviously, when they asked me the question, they already knew the
It was
answer
the
and everything.
Chiefs.
They went
It
and
was the
It was
researched
the
it.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
It was
And
the
I
I was
didn't
looking
even
at
Chiefs.
know
I
the
was looking
team.
at the
The
I
wrong
didn't
Chiefs.
have a
thing.
chance to look at
It
The
nothing.
was the
Chiefs.
Chiefs. It was the
It was
Chiefs.
that's when he played his best game. That's when he went toe to toe with Mahomes. So I guess
Yeah, he
yeah,
played
I
his
guess
I
he
best
ain't
didn't
arguing
game.
talk
with this
that best
man, no
He
game
don't
man.
play
with
defense.
Mahomes.
He played his best
I guess
game.
Okay,
he
He
didn't
left the
talk
okay,
field
that
tired.
best game. So the
He left
team
the
okay.
did
field.
that.
Moving
Blame
along.
that
Listen,
on the
You ain't
when
gotta be a
team.
host.
Hey,
No,
Blame
Kendall.
listen, you ain't gotta be a host.
blame
No.
that
hold
on the
on. When
team. Like
Bryce
y'all
Young
blame
left the
everything else on
field,
the
the
team.
game was
Like
tied
did
up.
Canales lose us that game?
Yeah,
Or was it
hey.
Everlow?
He had a
The field
92.9
tied
QBR in
up.
that game too.
When Bryce
Okay,
Young left the field, the game was tied
and
up.
that
Hey, T
okay. Well,
Cole. T
that
Cole.
probably was the
When
biggest
Michael
game.
when Michael Penix left the game against y'all, the game was tied up. What does that mean?
It means we won in
Nothing.
overtime and
It
y'all
don't matter
That
lost.
he
right now
did his
because y'all
That
part.
lost.
wasn't
That
his
he
best
did his
game.
So I don't know
part.
how
That
you about
wasn't
to
his
lose.
best
Okay,
game with
okay,
almost
hey,
30
look, but
yards.
to that
Thank
point,
you.
Red,
I
did
respect
Michael
that, T.
Penix
Cole.
lose
The
y'all that
next
game?
game.
I respect
Did
that, T.
Michael Penix
Cole.
lose you the game,
Oh
Red?
my God,
He did
we
not. My
can't get you this.
defense did.
Hey,
Exactly. But you can admit that. He won't do that.
I just
He'll
want,
just say it was Bryce Young.
I just want, I want Red to know something. Bryce had 123.5 QBR against y'all.
Yep.
So you can't say shit about him in that game.
What do
That
you
was his
But
mean?
that's
What I
last
one of
what I
the,
QBR
but
what do
all
you
that's
year.
one
mean?
of the teams right there. That's one of the teams right there that ain't got a defense.
He had 100 before that,
Oh my God.
107
Well, here
before
we
that,
go.
So
Here
that's
we
one of the
go.
teams that ain't got a defense.
Here we go.
83, 92, 86, 77.
Y'all
He
put it on
never
the table.
dropped
I
below
didn't put it on
shit.
the table. I didn't put it on
Keep
the table.
rolling. Keep rolling. Oh,
And me Dave
32.8.
said,
Yeah,
and me
that's
Dave
at the
said they
beginning
had
of
a
the
good
year when he
defense. So
sucked.
Bryce can't win.
So again, my point
Poor
is
Bryce. Poor
Bryce
Bryce.
starts
He
off
played a
the
good
season
defense.
losing games. That's
Here we
why I
go.
said Jacksonville will beat y'all.
Okay.
Let's get to the future.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact. I mean, shit, he got to prove it.
T Cole, they gonna get mad
You know
with
what?
you because you're too
Poppin'.
logical and you're too
Poppin',
fair. You
No,
too
we
fair in
agree
your
with what
assessment.
Coach said.
I just
Don't
want to
put
say this.
words in our mouth. We agree with that.
I
I want to
know
say
that.
this. I
But they
want to
gonna
say
get
this,
you got
Poppin'.
fans that's gonna get mad with him and say you agreeing with Red Swarm. He ain't agreeing with me. He
No,
looking at
what
the
you said
numbers.
was correct too, Swan. Man, look,
Okay.
it ain't no these over here. We ain't delusional. It ain't delusional over here.
I don't know, Twan. Today,
You just don't like the answers. You just
hey,
don't like the fucking
Hey,
answers.
listen. It ain't about being delusional,
no,
Red. Y'all want us
I'll
to be
tell you,
down on our team like
Nick,
y'all are, and I
Nick,
ain't about
Nick,
to do that.
Nick. I'll tell you what I don't like, and it is something that happened tonight that I don't like. I don't like when Poppin interrupted me when I asked Twan a question about who's sleeping on. Nobody's sleeping on a 32nd ranked defense and a 29th ranked offense. But are you saying they're
Here
sleeping
we
on
go.
a team that's going to the playoffs, Twan?
Hey, look, I knew we was gonna get to this point real quick. Hey, Swarm, I want y'all to hear something real quick, man.
Thank you.
All right, I just want y'all to hear something real quick. Listen closely.
I know what you're going to say.
Listen closely. I ain't saying shit. Just listen closely. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Has it. Sleepers who have overslept developed an internal illness called jealousy. This illness makes you heinous inside and out. Steer clear of the sleepers. You don't want to catch this illness because it is contagious, and once you catch
You heard that,
it
Red?
spreads
Yeah, they
quickly.
got the vapors.
There's more.
That's another way
Follow
of
me.
saying it.
Hey, the goal
It's been
since I've
around a
been
long
living is
time.
to
They got the
see.
vapors.
Hey, let me play it one more
Legend
time.
has
One more time.
it. Sleepers
Nah,
who
play
have
Biz
overslept
Market. They got the
developed an
vapors.
internal illness called jealousy.
Biz
This illness
Marquis.
makes you
Thank
heinous
you.
inside
R.I.P.
and
Biz.
out. Steer clear of the sleepers. You don't want to catch this illness because it is contagious, and once you catch it, it spreads quickly. There's more. Follow me.
Hey, the goal since I've been.
That's it, man.
But you know, Twan, I ain't even mad with y'all, man. Ain't even mad with y'all.
It's called. Hey, I got a remedy for this shit though. It's called waking and reminding y'all ass as the season goes on. This shit.
Yeah. Hey, Twan, are you looking past anybody this year?
Yeah,
Anybody looking past nobody?
I
You
am.
should be.
I
I
am
got a
because I bet on it.
Nick, I'm gonna ask you now. I'm
I
gonna ask
bet
you,
on it
Nick.
already.
Nick,
I'm
are
looking
you looking past anybody? Damn, Nick, are you looking past anybody this year, Nick?
You need to go put your clothes on.
There was a punchline to what I was asking Twan
No,
that you
I ain't
didn't
looking
know,
past
Nick.
nobody.
Yeah. There's a joke. There's an inside joke in there, Nick. In case you didn't know it, some of us know it. When I asked Twan knows that it's a joke if he's looking past anybody. I'm not taking a shot. I don't have to explain it to everybody because those who know. When I asked Twan that, what I was saying, Nick, you just fucking it all up. I wasn't talking to you.
Hey, Red, I want him to answer that shit in that same voice and tone, boy.
Thank you, MDJ. Thank you. Thank you.
I seen that same question to you though, Swam. Are you looking past anybody this year?
Never.
Yeah. So
never.
you bet. All right, I got you. All right, here we go. We'll see.
I said sweet. I said split. I didn't say sweet.
No. I mean, I'm just saying. I almost fell into the pool. I pulled myself back out. You're right. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, man. Let me put you on to something real quick.
Talk to me, MDJ. But I want y'all to realize that. I want y'all to realize something. While Red is not willing to say it this year, his punk ass did say it last year, though.
I said what?
You said y'all was gonna sweep us last year.
No, Nick.
No, he didn't.
Before we got to that game, you said we about to send the punk ass Panthers home, and I brought up the fact
Nah, he didn't say they was gonna sweep us though.
Thank you, Twan. And I would never say no shit like that before the season began.
I know, because I
didn't say you said it before the season began. I didn't say you said it before the season.
We Panther fans. We can't look past no fucking body, man. Every team in the NFL really could beat us, dog. Let's just
Nick can.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, my bet was.
Let me throw Nick an alley-oop though. Red ain't never said, "Hey, the Falcons are going to lose against the Panthers either." So he kind of did say split.
I say split, Poppy.
No. You ain't never said, "Oh yeah, the Panthers probably get it."
Oh yeah, now I remember something I wanted to tell Red earlier. Red said,
we want to say sweet.
I want to get Kendall on this. Swam was talking about the 2,000-yard back situation. Where we were talking about how it's possible with the Panthers, and you said you ain't think.
I'll take that bet.
Right, but check this out. Have you not gone on the record saying, I'm gonna let you fill in the blank because I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna let you say what you say. You said whenever we played the Carolina Panthers, the one motherfucker that scares me is who?
Chuba Hubbard, and he still is.
Right, and now you got another motherfucker that can do what Chuba can do, just a different way, and that don't concern you,
Twan. You forget we beat the fuck out the Dallas Cowboys last year with Drico Dowdle. I seen him firsthand. I think he has tight hips.
Did he?
I don't know.
Did he have Chuba Hubbard with him on that team?
Pause, Red. Pause.
Okay, thank you, Pop. Yeah.
Baby oil getting distributed out here. We're talking about some hips.
But Twan, I'm not gonna try to go over this again. AC clarified what I was trying to say, so I'm not gonna mess that up. She clarified that already. Y'all have two running backs that have had 1,000-yard seasons. I happen to have the same thing. But what is most difficult to do is to get both of those backs 1,000 yards in production in the same season. It's hard to get them the sort of carries to allow them to get 1,000 yards for both of them.
Word.
You know, Carolina has done it before, though, right? Multiple seasons.
And
you know what?
1,000 yards really ain't as impressive.
But I don't know I don't know what going down the road of history has to do with the team.
I'm just saying it ain't impossible.
MDJ, check this out.
No one ever said it was impossible, Nick.
Hey, Swam said
Nick, those coaches won't be drawing no plays for this offense. My bad.
Hey, you said y'all beat the fuck out of Dallas last year. What was the score?
God damn, I don't keep shit like that in my brain.
It was see Red, you've been missing this year.
No, hey, Nick, shut up for a second. Damn.
You've been missing.
I can get it for you. Look,
but New Orleans, as bad as New Orleans was, New Orleans beat the fuck out of Dallas last year.
Exactly.
19.
Exactly.
So y'all
New Orleans wasn't bad, Twan, until they got injured. They wasn't bad.
That's true.
They got injured. Don't forget
the first 3 weeks,
up on us. You understand?
The first 3 weeks, New Orleans was like the best team in the NFL.
I'm saying Atlanta won the only team that beat the fuck out of the Dallas.
got a team that ran us out their damn building, but y'all gonna say they bad. Well, y'all really be on one. But y'all will come at me talking about this guy. Man, y'all on something, boy. Crazy.
You think because all you cherry pick is the negative
Yeah,
conversation from
and
everything.
we beat
Everything.
First of all,
Everything. Anything
you
negative. Anything
wanna say
negative
I
you say.
cherry pick. I don't cherry pick. You the one that was pulling little tidbits from here and here. Not
You
me.
do,
When
but
did
you
I pull
Not
when did
me.
I pull that? When did
Oh,
I say
Nick,
that?
can't nobody even keep up with that shit you do, Nick.
When did I say
Little
that?
pet that stats, Nick.
but check this out. You
What
do
what
have
pe- what petty stat? Because
Y'all
I
don't
told
say nothing
what
about the
listen, if I
2023
tell you
season.
something
Y'all
that you
too
said
busy
was
sitting back
wrong,
talking about week 10 to week 18. So
you
we
did
do
don't
I
have
say
ain't no
that?
ball
Did I
before
say that?
then.
Did
you
I say
still
that?
you
Did I
still
say
have
that?
Y'all
You
I
don't
don't
even
know if
remember
y'all
who
did,
said
but
who you
you
got
said it
though, right?
because you jumped on the train.
it.
You jumped on the train.
No, I didn't jump on the train. I said why y'all
The boy
arguing with
has
you because
back on the
all
dating
you do is
fact that the
cherry pick
boy
the
has been
negativity.
terrible since he
That's
got
what I
here.
said. That's what I
So
said.
any
I didn't jump on
improvement is
the. I didn't
anything.
No,
jump
that's
on
not
the.
true.
Any
I
improvement.
didn't.
The
I
boy
He
didn't
been
do.
wasn't
terrible
I,
terrible.
since the day
He
he got
wasn't
here.
terrible.
The
Hey,
day.
let me.
So what he
Hey,
do week
hold
one in
on.
Atlanta then? What he do week one in Atlanta?
I want to point out a
Oh,
good
that didn't
point
happen.
though.
So fuck that
Kendall
first rookie year.
Kendall
Yeah,
said
it
New
happened.
Orleans.
Yeah, it happened.
Kendall said New Orleans was hurt, but you got to play with who you got though, right? Nobody.
So that ain't cherry picking? That
No,
ain't
hold on.
cherry picking
I'm
what
saying
you
when
just
we
said.
got banged
Just
up,
came out your mouth. That
no.
ain't cherry
When we
picking.
yeah,
got banged
That
up,
I
ain't
nobody
cherry
ain't
said
I
picking.
ain't
rest
got
of
nothing
the
to
That
do
way
with
cherry
what
ball,
you
right?
picking.
said. Them,
I call
I
that
didn't
cherry
say
Didn't
that.
picking.
that
That's all
didn't
you.
If
Derek
that
Carr
ain't
play
if
in the second
Bobby,
game?
if that
I
ain't
was
if
attacking
Bobby
you.
Peters shit
Hey
right there,
Tico,
that's Bobby Peters.
Tico, hey
Derek
That's
Tico,
what
Carr
I
in the
MDJ.
second
I
game?
refuse.
When
I
we got
refuse
banged up,
if
I
nobody
Bobby
was
gave
Peters
us
I
no
was
excuses,
see.
did they?
I was attacking
I
you
refuse.
directly. I
Hey,
was
we didn't
I
get
attacking
no,
you
refuse.
directly.
we didn't get no excuses when we was banged up though, did we?
What happened the
I
second
refuse.
game? What happened the second game? Derek Brown was out. What happened the
Oh,
second?
tight. I'm gonna make this goddamn point. We didn't get no fucking excuses when we was banged up, did we?
Oh, we've been banged up
No.
since week one. Shaq
Tight.
Thompson, Derek Brown. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
been banged up. We had niggas off UFL squad.
motherfuckers
Adam
killed us.
Thielen was hurt too.
Right?
Can I
Yeah, when Bobby came back, Adam Thielen.
let me
No, it's
Bobby came
okay for
back,
now.
Adam
let me
Thielen
ask,
was
let
out
me
for
ask
3
y'all.
weeks.
Let me ask y'all something. That's football. That's football.
Yep.
Bryce
Y'all
didn't
are
have. He didn't have
Now it's
Adam Thielen.
football. Now it's
injuries happen.
football.
But injuries happen, right? This is football we playing, right?
Right.
Injuries happen.
Right. Yeah, we
So
know.
what I'm saying is, if we play Baltimore with no Lamar Jackson and we beat them,
It don't count.
y'all.
That's what
I
Oh
you're
didn't
gonna
my
say
say.
it don't.
God.
I didn't say it didn't count. I didn't say it didn't count. Hold on, stop putting words in my mouth, cause then you gonna say he said it didn't count. See, that's what you do.
Yep.
No, but what I'm saying is this right here. What I'm saying is this right here. I'm not gonna look at that and go all up and down. We beat Baltimore. We beat Baltimore. We beat Baltimore. No, I'm not gonna do that.
He's gonna look for
You
every
know what
negative
y'all no.
conversation from that game to pin it
So that's
against him.
Yeah,
That's
negative.
what he's gonna
So
do.
that's negative. So that's
the
That's
negative.
all.
same
That's
way,
negative.
the
That's
same
it.
way
I'm
you
And
saying
should
this.
you
look
doing
at
the
I'm saying this.
exact
Derek
same
Brown week
shit.
Okay.
one.
You
We
doing
lost
the
Okay.
Derek
exact
Brown
same
week
shit
one,
that them
right?
Bryce Sexton was
We
doing.
lost
You
Derek
doing the
Brown and
Okay.
Shaq
exact
Thompson.
same thing.
Let,
Thank you,
let me
Nick.
You
That's
don't
it.
take
Y'all
that
are
That's
into
the
it.
same
Right
consideration.
there.
people.
That's it.
Y'all are
That
the
You
tells you
same
you
what I'm
don't take
people
that
saying.
into
on
consideration.
two
You
different
gonna
sides
run
of the
down the
coin.
street and say we
Hey
beat
Hold
Twan,
on.
Baltimore.
Let
Thank
Kendall
you,
finish.
Nick.
Go ahead, Pop. What'd you say?
Thank you.
do me a favor. Pull up B. John Robinson's stats this year.
Got it. Hey, you can believe Swarm over there got his laptop ready too. So
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, of
Hey
course.
Pop,
He got
don't
a
don't slander
61
Bijan
pad.
Robinson, man. Don't
I'm
please
no,
don't.
I'm not. I just got questions. I got questions, MDJ, and I got the perfect representative, uh, Mr. Falcon, right here.
You damn right.
I'm gonna give y'all the respect now. You know that, third
Yeah.
cousin.
Yes, sir. As it should be.
you need to see him
Okay.
or do I? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw him up
I
there
don't know
real
why
quick.
you say that man been missing this what's called. He been missing today.
With his one
Hold
touchdown ass. I pull it
hold
up.
on, hold on. Yeah.
He been
Wait.
missing.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on, Nick.
All right, let me throw
Why
that out
you?
there.
All right. So he had 304 rushes 1,400 yards. 304 rushes, 1,400 yards. But Chuba got 250 carries with 1,195.
Yeah, he missed games. Bijan played in all of his.
Man, Chuba cannot fuck with Bijan Robinson, man. Just
I don't
please,
know
man.
about that.
Please
Hey,
don't do that
listen.
shit.
I don't know
They in
why
the
we
same.
even speak.
Man,
Y'all speak with
They in the
Bijan with
same.
the.
man.
They in the same sentence.
No, they not. No,
Yes,
they
they
not,
are.
man.
Fuck, they
Yes, they
are.
are. Until he show me.
Hey, look,
Until he show me.
look,
Hey,
Boy,
NDJ,
listen.
I'm not the biggest, NDJ, I'm not the biggest Chuba fan, but I'm that ain't too far off, is it?
I'm gonna throw Chuba some love too.
Not
Just
at all.
man, y'all is crazy,
Let's
man.
see. That's 54 more carries. He played with 2 more games more than Chuba, and they only how many yards apart from each other?
How many
200.
Man, ain't
receiving
no
yards?
honestly, man,
How
ain't
many
nobody
receiving
checking for
yards?
Chuba
How
Hubbard
many
for real.
receiving yards did Chuba have last year?
Oh my God.
100,
Since you want to get
171 yards. I wasn't getting
messy.
messy. I was just talking about 171.
Yeah, you just talking about stats. Yeah.
No, I was talking about carries and run. Did I bring up anything else? Did I say
But
touchdowns?
but
Did
but
I
but
say
when but
yards per clip?
Twan said you put the two running backs in the same sentence.
You
I
can't
didn't
put them
put
in the
them.
same
I didn't
sentence.
say I
Okay,
didn't
I
say
don't
You
so
agree
can.
with
so
that.
so
Red.
I
what
don't
you
agree
look
with
at?
that.
They only
Rachel,
three
I
when we talk
never
about running
said
back
they
wise.
in.
So
I said
so
I looked at the carries
a running back
and the
is a weapon.
yards.
A running back is a weapon. He's
I
an
looked at the.
instrument. He's a tool for the offense to use. When he's
Okay.
multi-dimensional, and you look at his overall yardage for a team, that means that he does more than just turn around, hand the ball to him, and he hit the hole.
As you
There's
should
quite a
with
few running
any
backs
weapon,
that can do that,
any
and
weapon
that
that you
makes
should
him
have.
just
Any
Hey,
weapon
Red,
that you
Red,
use,
Red,
you should be
Red,
able to use.
Red, it don't even count, Red.
yeah.
Kirk Cousins had 1,000 more yards than Bryce, so you got to put that into the factor too, man.
Oh, here
You
we
know what I'm
go.
Bijan
saying?
You
Robinson
see?
I was
is
just
a
You
whole
see?
no,
other
because
You
level
hold
than
on a
see?
minute.
the
We
Y'all
other
talking
saw
about
two.
the
what I'm
running
saying?
back
This
carries
is
and
exactly
hold
what I'm
on.
talking
We
about.
set the conversation. If I'm talking about the trash can, please don't bring up the trash bag. All I said was the carries and the
Pop.
yards.
That's exactly
I
that's
can't
Point.
stand
exactly
when
what I'm
somebody
talking
say,
about.
okay,
You.
well, we got to
This
talk
one
about
gonna
what
bring up.
Nick and
This
Pop.
Vegas
ain't no
had
good
on.
comparison right here, though,
Because
bro.
I'm
you
not
got to factor
comparing.
in
I'm
the
just
whole
looking at.
scope.
And
You
You
can't
gotta
just
factor in the
same.
whole thing.
don't
You was
just talk
talking
about
about one
passing.
thing.
You got
You
to
was talking
factor
about
in the
one
whole
thing, and
scope.
he had to bring up. I told you, you a
You
reverse
got to factor
bisexual.
in
That's what
the
you are.
whole scope. Stop cherry picking. That's what y'all said just a
Was I
while
talking
ago.
about
You
You.
said
Bryce?
I'm
He was
cherry
talking
picking.
about one
Is that
person.
not
One
cherry picking?
person.
But is that not cherry?
Two
No, he tried to
people.
make a point.
People.
He said the numbers were similar. But you got to put in the whole team.
Oh God, man! I told y'all, boy, that man is a reverse bisexual.
Okay,
I
good.
don't give a shit what y'all say.
I
NDJ, I
don't
know you
think
don't.
he's no
NDJ,
reverse
I know you
Bryce
don't get.
sexual. I
I
don't
know
know
you
what the
don't
fuck is
agree
a
with my point,
reverse
but what I'm
Bryce
saying,
sexual.
And then somebody that
250,
talking football. Does that not
304,
make sense?
304
What I just
carries,
No,
said
it
don't
don't
make no
make
sense.
sense.
It don't make sense.
1195,
None.
This
and
nigga here, this
1400.
nigga here stupid.
Far off.
This
That's all
nigga
I
here
was.
stupid. This nigga here
I'll be,
stupid.
I'm not
I'll be
saying it's the
This
stupid
same
then.
nigga
caliber
here
That's
running
stupid.
fine.
back. That's not what I
That's
was saying.
fine.
Because if Bijan Robinson and Chuba Hubbard is part of the total offense, right?
Hey,
Right.
Are they
hey,
not
I
part of the
got.
total
I'll say
offense?
this
Nah,
right
I
here.
know
I'll say this
exactly
right
what you're
here.
saying, Pop. I just don't agree
They
with you.
both
I
two
know exactly
normal
what you're
ass
saying.
run.
I
They
see it.
both two normal ass running backs
Well,
when it
See, that's
when
what
it
hold on.
you
comes to
that's what you
the
want to
elite.
do.
Hold on.
That's what you
MJ,
want to do.
because I want to
That's
make
what
sure.
you want to do.
MJ,
That's
what
what you
part
want to
you
do.
don't you
Hey, hold
disagree
on,
with?
let me read
Hold
this
on.
money.
Hold
Let me
on.
read this
Hold
Because
money
on.
real
I'm
quick.
not talking about talent. I'm not saying talent wise.
Hold tight.
I'm
Let me
just
read
looking
this
at
money real quick, man.
if Chuba would have got 54 more carries, could he got close to Bijan numbers as far as yards?
Yeah,
No,
Possibly.
See, you trying to
I
push your
definitely see
point. You
that,
trying to push
but
the point that they like they
Bijan
similar.
Robinson is it's just a different level with Bijan
It
than
is.
Chuba to me.
It
Hold up.
is.
Wait
I
up. But
agree.
Chuba missed 2 games, man. He missed 2 whole
I
But
games.
you just looking at the numbers. The numbers ain't telling the whole story. What he's saying
It
Oh,
is
you
ain't
in
telling
that
the
talking
whole.
about you?
offense.
Thank you,
You
MJ.
doing the eye
It
test as
ain't
well?
telling the whole
Okay.
story.
Listen. So shout out to the real HHNT. $2. Goat. He said Goat right more. He said Goat is right more than he's wrong. Not grumpy. He's just a standard.
Yeah. I like Chuba Hubbard. I ain't finna shit on Chuba just because
y'all want to somehow or another make a comparison between him and Bijan. I ain't finna do that, man.
Hey, that's a solid move, though, Red. That's a solid move.
Yeah, I know Chuba is a good running back, man. I'm not doing that.
You're not going to shit on him to make somebody else.
Actually,
I'm not shitting on him at all. I think Bijan is a great talent. 4.8 a clip, just like Chuba's 4.8.
If you look at the respect that the NFL has for running backs,
there's some similarities.
And the rankings that I look at that I've seen, like in PFF and other places, the NFC South as a division.
Hey, look, I'm just about to throw it up, so there's no argument, so everybody can see it for themselves.
The NFC South as a division.
I'm not gonna hide nothing. I'm gonna put it up here.
Yeah.
But last year, obviously y'all know Saquon came in first. Let me see. He had 2,000 rush. I'm only gonna go rushing yards in total. So he had 2,005 rushing yards. Or we just do rushing yards. Derrick Henry had.
But look, listen. 5.8 yards per carry. Go
ahead.
You see Chuba had.
That's Chuba all day.
Bijan and Chuba both had 4.8 yards per carry. Both had double-digit touchdowns.
Chuba had 5.
I'm saying there's some similarities. I'm not saying that they both did the same type of back.
Derrick Henry had 19,021. And okay,
1,900.
The other thing, and I know y'all got it, numbers. I know Swarm definitely ain't clear no numbers. Listen, so the thing is, you also have to count how many times the offense was on the field. Our defense, the motherfuckers lived on the field. So
right,
get all the same opportunities. So listen, Jahmyr Gibbs 1,400, Bijan had 1,456. Josh Jacobs was behind him 1,329. He had what was his per yard shit? 4.4.
4.4, yeah.
Bijan was 4.8. Jonathan Taylor was 4.7 with 1431. Kyron Williams was 1299 with 4.1. James Cook was 1,009 with 4.1. Joe Mixon was 1,016 with 4.1. Oh, 4.9. My bad. That's right. 4.9. I'm telling y'all, the reason why you ain't seen Chuba so far is because he missed 2 games. Aaron Jones.
Twan. So if you since you pulling up different things,
let me finish, and then y'all can say what you want.
All right, go ahead.
Listen. 1,138 yards, 4 yards, 4.8. Bucky Irvin, 1122. As if you see some of these people's rushing yards, they got some people ranked higher than Bucky with less rushing yards.
This is their ranking,
bro. Less carries too.
So 5.4 for him. Alvin Kamara 4.2.
14 games. 14 games.
Okay.
Since you count games also.
Ashawn, well, fuck it. We'll just go right to Chuba, man. 1,195 yards, 4.8. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let's go back to Bijan. Bijan had 4.82, right? Yeah. Bijan had 4.82. But Chuba played in 2 whole less fucking games. 3 fumbles by Chuba. You want me to go back to your guy?
I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, go ahead.
We're looking at the whole running back and not just one aspect.
I don't know what your point is.
We're looking at the whole running back and not just one aspect.
Okay. 14 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, your guys' stats. We just went over them. But people said Chuba had a fumbling problem. Josh Jacobs fumbled the ball 3 times too.
I'm looking at the carries. That's what I was looking at.
That matters too, man. I
think guys with 200-something carries, attempts, and they got over 1,000 yards.
That means he's a feature back.
Okay.
Hey, I ain't feeling no. Hey, look.
Attempts by
I'm seeing guys with 300.
Hey, look at that. Hey, look how many touches that man had.
Got 200 carries too. He's a feature back.
Hey, look how many touches that man had.
250 attempts. He in the same sentence.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Twan.
But
If you do that with any of them running backs, it's gonna look the
You
same way,
you
man.
controlling
It's not
you
the same.
controlling the computer, and since y'all want to prolong this running back debate, would you do me the favor of pulling up the NFL? You could go to any site you want to. I don't care. I'm not asking you to go to PFF. I'm not asking you to go to Yahoo. I'm not asking you to go to NFL.com. I'm not asking you to go to um,
First of all,
ESPN.
hold
Please
on.
pull up NFL
Hey,
running
look,
back rankings for 20.
I want to make it perfectly clear where this came from. This is the NFL stats, not no interest website. This is the
That is
NFL.
the NFL rankings right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The NFL rankings
So
right there.
if you would do this for me, do 2025 running back rankings. Let's talk about where we're going, not where we've been.
How you know what it's
You
gonna
don't
be?
know if them rankings is gonna be correct.
That's what y'all don't want to
That's just
pull up.
predictions.
That's what
That's
y'all
just
don't want to
predictions.
pull up.
I'll pull
Because
it up.
there's no proof that it's gonna happen.
There's no proof of that
Anybody
shit,
can get hurt. Oh my God, Red, that's a
We want to see what motherfuckers predict.
Aren't y'all? Didn't you
say
predict? Didn't
you
you
want to look
predict?
at what people looking at. They saying that
Nick,
you're running.
Nick. Didn't Twan predict that y'all will win? That y'all will be in the playoffs this year?
But you want to,
Yes or
you want to
no?
do a popularity contest. That's what you do.
Yes or no? Yes or no? What I'm
But
saying
what
is,
you
There you
doing,
go,
I,
Nick.
what you
I
doing is a
trust
popularity
people.
contest.
I
That's
don't
what you're
think
doing
so.
right there.
I don't think so because he's talking about sleeping on people. So what we're and see,
But
I've
that's a
been trying to keep
popularity.
it. I've been
But
trying
when
to
you look
keep it
up,
on the subject. When you talk about popularity, that ties into what he's saying. People are overlooking you. They're sleeping on you. So
oh my God!
let's look at how they're overlooking you.
Red, you
But
have a
that's a
point
popularity
to a
contest,
certain
though.
extent.
Y'all
That
don't even
I agree
see.
with Nick.
I'm trying to help with the
Well,
content. That's all I'm
hold
trying to do.
Swarm. That's why I had the title where it is. What's the
Yes.
name? What's the title of the show?
Let them sleep.
Let them motherfuckers sleep. We want them to have us in last place in everything.
So what I'm trying to do is what Nick don't want to see. He wants to sleep. He wants to sleep. He wants to not look at how they're overlooking your running back. I said pull up the NFL
I'm pretty sure he know how much they're
2025.
overlooking us.
Right. That's
Shit,
all I'm
fuck it.
saying.
I
Then
gotta
look at how they're
But that's a
overlooking your
popularity
defense.
contest, though. And
Yeah,
actually, he's still in the middle of the pack.
Wants to look.
No, Red
Wants
got a
us to
point.
look at
Red got a point.
predictions
I'm gonna pull it up.
of
I'm gonna pull it up.
the most popular running backs.
Nah, y'all don't
Okay,
want
we
to
got
see
it,
what
bro.
other motherfuckers see. That's what I want you to see.
Oh,
I'm
that's
pulling it
great.
up.
Then we'll sleep through then.
Y'all see this?
We'll
You
sleep
see?
through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
It's a
Red.
it's a
bullshit.
pointless.
Papers, Red.
Let me tell you,
It's
Red.
not
What Twan saying, Red.
Fuck all that
I'm
bullshit.
gonna go to sleep right now. That's what I'm about
it's
to do.
not a stat. It's
It's
not a
all
stat.
good.
We looking at popularity contest. It's not a
No,
Okay.
stat.
Okay.
let me tell you.
Okay.
This what
Okay.
Twan saying, Red. This what Twan
Okay.
saying.
All right.
He's saying that
Twan, why taking you so long to pull that up, man? Why Tico
he's
ain't
sta-
helping?
I'm waiting. I'm
he
hearing what your
he
voice.
stand he's standing on his square as far as what he see with this
Cause
team.
Twan fell asleep, Red. That's why.
You see what I'm saying? He's standing on his square about what
I
he
know.
see on this team.
I know, Tico. Just like y'all see Bryce being something that he ain't been yet. I know. I know.
Like you
Yeah,
said,
just like you confident in what you ain't seen in Phoenix yet. He ain't played with
But
3 games.
listen, I want to
Absolutely.
say
So
this
I
though.
ain't
I
hating on
want to
y'all
say
for
this.
that. I ain't
I
hating
want
on
to say
y'all for
this
that.
though. For
Yeah,
most of these popularity contests that he wants us to look
his
at,
body
they
was
got
out
Christian
there.
McCaffrey ranked number 4.
Yep.
They got some of them got Ashton Genty ranked number 5. Ain't took a snap in the NFL. I don't want to
Yep.
see this bullshit.
Yep. And then you
Like
wonder why he was drafted at number 6 overall.
he ain't done shit yet though.
he ain't done nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that Bryce.
I don't care about the fact that he was drafted number 6 overall.
Neither has
But
Ted McMillan, and y'all putting a lot of stock in him.
he ain't took a snap in the NFL.
Damn. Shut up, man. I keep putting in the wrong shit, man.
I got you.
And I mean, and in most of these ones that you looking up, Red, they all say the same thing. Chuba's about 16, 17.
So Nick, whether you agree with me or not, let me tell you what I know. I know that you're saying that your team is going to have a better record, is going to win more games this year. because your running back is going to do X, Y, Z. Your quarterback is going to do A, B, C. Just give me a minute. Let me finish. The defensive acquisitions that you made are going to be better than they were last year. So they're going to produce at this clip. That's what we're all doing. We're all predicting. But what I'm asking you is, are your predictions realistic based on the NFL standard and what they have done in the past?
All right, so listen, you wanted to see this. It's up.
Mine is realistic.
They got Derrick Henry at number 1. They got Saquon Barkley at number 2. Now, why they got Derrick Henry at number 1 after they just saw what Saquon did, I don't know.
Because Derrick Henry has done it more consistently.
Very consistently. In and out of seasons. And no reason to expect the drop off.
Saquon just broke the fucking record.
Yep.
He didn't break the record.
Nobody
okay, Pop. I see why he wanted me to pull this up.
What's funny about that?
Because your guy number 3, you can have that.
So what's funny about that though?
No, but I actually think Jahmyr Gibbs is better than your guy.
Okay,
that's all good. He can beat number 3.
Might be.
He still got to earn that shit though. Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irvin. Bucky Irvin ain't gonna be better.
What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna argue with y'all. I looked at these running backs last year, and I got respect.
James Conner, you think James Conner gonna be that?
He's a different type of running back. He's a different type of running back.
Yeah. You know what Tuba got ahead of a lot of them dudes though? He got that offensive line that's in front of him.
They got offensive line rankings too.
Not like ours.
And they take it into consideration.
Not like ours.
Okay. Matter of fact, this same agency put out an offensive line rankings today. Look, I read them every day.
In case y'all didn't know, this is line ass PFF. They already said right here that
now PFF has an agenda against the Carolina Panthers.
They just said that Tuba averaged 3.46 yards when the NFL website
after contact. That's not his total yards per carry. That's after he makes his first contact.
I can tell you this. He's going to be better than Breece Hall, Ashton Genty, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, Kyron Williams.
Bullshit. You must say watch Kyron Williams.
James Conner. And that's it. I can't say he's going to be better than Bucky because Bucky is that guy. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I got you. I don't know. Poppin started it.
Looking at this list right here, I'm
happy to have it.
Looking at this list.
I'm happy to have it. Poppin started the running back discussion. I'm happy to have it, man. Hey, Twan, since you in PFF, you can pull up today. There's probably over there on the tree on the left. Offensive line rankings.
Where?
I said it's probably over there. If not, if you go up to all at the top or NFL. You should click off right now. Now see if they have offensive line rankings. You can go in the middle. No. I'm saying in the middle where the pictures are at. And scroll down. Because it was a feature article today. You see how they got my man, number 14, what's his name? Stephon Diggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll down from there, it'll give it to you. They locked. You ain't signed into your account.
Yeah, fuck PFF. I ain't paying for that.
I know you don't want it. They got an agenda against y'all.
I ain't paying for it.
Well, no, it was free today. You just wasn't in the right place. It was free. You was on the site. but from the silence, I suspect that people tired of looking at PFF because it don't, Hey,
I'm not saying I like PFF honestly, but at the end of the day,
that shit's sweet.
I understand ice cream and sweets and candy and treats. I understand
this list is skewed for 2025 until they start taking snaps.
Yeah, that's just what
I got you.
Y'all just skipping over the fact it's a reason why he ranked over him in every fucking list it is, man. Because he just flat out better, bro.
But I don't. y'all, we're not gonna act like we're gonna talk with Bijan in the same sentence as Derrick Henry and what's called. He's not that good.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
he
Nick.
is.
Okay, Nick.
I'll say that. I'll say it again. He's not as good as Derrick Henry
He
in Saquon
ain't
Barkley.
as good, but he's in the
You
same
keep saying
sentence.
it. Yeah. And he's also going into only his third year. So, he could be eventually. He
Hey,
could
look, man,
be.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
and when he get there, I'll give him the respect.
Oh, I
But
doubt you will. I
But
doubt you will.
we ain't gotta put players down to try to make our players shine though.
Yeah, that's what Nick likes to do.
This is
That's
what
why
a
I
lot of
argue. That's why I
motherfuckers like
come
that.
on here
It
and
ain't just
argue.
Nick.
What I'm
A lot of
saying is that
motherfuckers like that.
I'm not putting him down.
Falcon.
I'm just saying he's not in the same level of the top two running backs. I'm just saying that. I can honestly say that.
And you know what, Nick? I can honestly agree with you. I ain't got no problem agreeing with that. But he's the
If
next tier. Him
and
and
and you
him
know what
and
I would say?
Jameer
And you know what
Gibbs.
I would say
Him and
about that?
Jameer
I would
Gibbs
agree
is the
with you on
next
that.
tier.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying all the other running backs are just
Thank you,
there
AC. Thank you,
until they
AC. All I'm
I
trying to
mean,
say is, just like that, there's
that
not
could be
that
a
much
coin. That
difference
could be
in
a
the
coin
line.
flip. Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
said that could be a coin flip.
yeah.
I know
The
there's like
teams are,
two spots in between, but that's a coin flip in the grand scheme of things.
AC, if I could say something that might be breaking news, maybe it's not. The teams are not that dissimilar. They are very close, if you ask me. And I still stand on this. The difference in these teams is going to
Interior
be
defensive
scheme.
line.
Yeah, well, that's going to make a difference. The trenches always, but it's going to be the schemes and the quarterbacks. I contend that that's what it's going to come down to.
I think we
And
more
who gets
similar in
it done
quarterback than you
consistently.
realize, Red.
Huh?
We more similar at quarterback than you realize, though.
I would enjoy if you could explain to me and help me to see where and
I mean,
how.
we in the same place. We in the
You
same
keep
place until we
saying
shorten
all
this.
you
Not,
point out
That
is Bryce
I
Young
mean,
ain't
not
did shit.
really.
Michael Penix ain't did shit either. He ain't did shit.
I
So
mean,
it's the same
Well,
yeah,
he
thing.
has had an
but the reason
opportunity
why
to
he
do shit.
hasn't, the reason why Penix hasn't done anything is because he's played 3 games. You
Thank
can't.
you.
I'm not going to lump him in the same category with Bryce. They're in their own 2 separate categories at this point for different reasons.
Thank you.
They're
Yeah, man.
not.
Keep
I
it
mean,
real.
I can't get on Michael Penix. I mean, yeah, he's 1 and 2, but I can't get on him because he's played 3 games. Bryce Young is going into his 3rd year. We have to set somewhat of a standard a little higher for Bryce Young. Given I get he's had his trials and tribulations for many different reasons, but he's going into year 3. Penix is essentially going into a leadoff from his rookie year into what his rookie year was probably originally going to be in the grand scheme of things had Kirk Cousins not fallen off the deep end, I guess
He
you could
could have
say,
sat. He
for
could have sat
quarterbacks.
2 years, to be honest with you, Claire.
Right.
If it
So
had gone good.
I can't lump them in the separate. I can say that neither one have done shit, but it's for 2 totally separate reasons than I think what some of you were arguing.
That's a fact.
And that's not wrong, but 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But you'll go ahead, you'll jump off. People would not you, but people will jump off the deep end and say he's going to be a good player in the NFL just because he had 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Neither one of them is known. I mean, you can sit there and say Bryce's numbers are worse, but
MDJ, I'm gonna
I ain't
say
gonna give you.
this.
I ain't gonna let you. I ain't gonna let you say that shit either. Cause
I am gonna say this, MDJ. He looked good in those 3 games. I don't give a fuck what you say. He looked good in those 3 games. He didn't look
you say
lost.
so, Red.
He did not look lost. He did not look out of place. He did not look like he could throw against NFL defenses. He didn't look like the pressure got to him. He didn't look like, you're not gonna like this. He didn't look like Bryce Young looked in his first 3 games in the NFL.
But do you let's
oh,
add
here
some
we go.
context
Here
to
we
it. Hold
go.
on,
But
Red.
see, y'all,
But
y'all, y'all don't
since
hold
you
on,
love to
hold
brag,
on.
hold on,
He, he talking
Here we
spot
go.
on, MDJ.
hold on.
Look,
But
and here
Red
come
love to
Goat.
say how he
Hey,
got
as
a
long
top
as
3
something
running
negative
back.
said,
He
Goat
got
gonna
a
bring
top
open
3
his
running back,
goddamn
a
mouth.
top 10 wide receiver, a bunch of shit that Bryce do not have.
Now,
He got a good offensive line.
gonna talk about that
He
ain't his
started
fault.
off with a good
That
offensive
ain't his
line,
fault that he got
a
that.
good receiver, and a good running back. Bryce
That
didn't
ain't
have
his
none of
fault.
that his rookie
That
year.
ain't his
None of
fault
it.
that he got
None of it.
that. But it is Bryce's
But the
fault.
But
point is,
it's
he didn't
Bryce's
have
fault.
none of that.
It's Bryce's fault since we trying to get there, though. That's what Goat and them gonna say. Oh, we got
Well,
to put
it is
everything
Bryce's
around him.
fault. It
What
Hold on,
sense
is
does
hold
that
on,
Bryce's
make?
hold on,
fault.
hold on.
Dumbass
Hey,
shit.
MDJ, hold on for
That
a second.
dumbass shit
And
up.
I Can I address Nick,
Janelle,
please?
let me turn your volume up, bro.
I said that Red was talking football because Red was saying he didn't look lost. Status. That's how you evaluate somebody in a 3 game. Now, you evaluate, y'all say the same thing about this kid right here that's played 28 games. Come on, man.
But go.
Do that.
We just got through saying Bijan Robinson is a top 3 running back. Red always say Drake London is a top 10 wide receiver. Bryce Young ain't had none of that. You do realize that, right? Is that a fact? Bryce ain't had none of the shit that Michael Penix got. Is that a fact?
They don't. He don't care. He don't care, man. I don't even know why you even arguing. You arguing a dead point with them.
But
let him talk. No, you let him talk for me then. Let him talk for me then.
No, this whole thing. Hey, look. If somebody asks you a question, then answer it. Damn.
Let him talk for me. Let Nick talk for me. Let him tell me what I'm getting ready to say.
You got the floor.
But dude, he don't have none of this shit that you give Michael Penix credit for having. Y'all love Raheem Morris as a coach. We had Frank Reich. You love Bijan Robinson. You say two ain't shit.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Well, he did. He did just put the big joker down on Storm ass.
But I'm saying, hold on. So Frank Reich ain't shit though. Let's go to that.
No.
Let's go to that.
He wasn't.
Man, I shouldn't even say it. Okay, here we go with this bullshit here, man. I shouldn't even say it.
But, okay, MBJ. So you just said Raheem Morris against Frank Reich. If you're gonna compare the stuff, let's compare.
You like Raheem Morris?
He ain't no comparison. Thank you, Go.
You can't drop that on the table and then just leave it. You can't drop it on the table and leave it. And I ain't supposed to say nothing about it. So that's what we doing.
But you didn't say. But you didn't say when I said Bijan Robinson and Drake London, you didn't say nothing. You said nothing. When I asked you about Bijan Robinson and Drake London, what do you have to say about that?
Well, you did. Just like Pop just made a comparison. Chuba's a 1,000-yard.
What do you have to say about that, Go? What do you have to say about that, Go?
Is Chuba not a 1,000-yard back too?
Dude, he ain't gonna answer your question. He gonna find everything negative against Bryce Young.
I just answered the question. Is he
No, you
not a
didn't. You answered
1,000-yard back?
you asked him the question with the question. That ain't answering the question.
Y'all not answering me. Is he not a 1,000-yard back?
That's not the question.
So once again, y'all saying the same thing that I always get upset about. You're saying that the Panthers did not give poor Bryce anything to work with. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
That's what you're saying. That's what y'all say all the time. Blame the
Here we
organization for Bryce's poor play. That's what we're gonna do, right?
Nick,
That's what we're gonna do.
What's so funny?
Is that not relevant? So if that's not relevant, like I said,
what's so funny is the fact that he didn't answer the question. He'll say he answered the question. He answered the question with the question. That's not answering. No, Red. The last time I checked, the definition of answering a question is meaning you giving a direct answer. You're not giving a direct answer. You ask the question.
He wanted me to, Red. That's what I didn't do. I didn't answer like he wanted me to, Red. Nick, you ain't smart enough to set me the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to set you up because I didn't ask you the question. I don't give a shit. I know what you're gonna say. Everything out your mouth gonna be negative, and you're gonna direct it at Bryce. I told you, you and Bryce sexuals are the exact same people. Two different sides of the coin. Two different sides of y'all, the exact same people.
You so bad on Bryce Young, put your money where your mouth is then with Bryce Young then. If that's your guy,
that's not what I never said Bryce Young was going to be good. What I said is that anything that comes from you is irrelevant, just like anything that comes from them is irrelevant. You are two of the exact same person. It's the different side of the coin. That's
so
what I said.
In other words, you don't have a position.
That's exactly what I said. I don't think irrationally. I don't think irrationally like it, and y'all can defend him all y'all want to.
Why you talking when you ain't got a position? All you doing is
because the last time I checked, though, God gave me this voice, and I'm allowed to use it. Last time I checked, if you don't like what I say, you can shut the fuck up and not listen.
You scrabbling the fence. All you gonna do is when it happens. I told y'all when it don't happen, you gonna make an excuse.
No, I'm not gonna be nice to this motherfucker. No, you're not gonna say, "Come on, Nick." If you don't like what I can say, I can
having a
call it a night.
conversation. We having a conversation.
Poppin', tell
My
him don't
skin made
straddle
of
the
Teflon.
fence.
My
Tell him
skin
don't
made of
straddle the
Teflon.
fence, Poppin'.
I'm
He
saying y'all don't
out
hey,
here straddling the fence.
nobody make this shit
Because
personal.
you are an
Straddling the fence.
irrational person. Because you're an
You
irrational
ain't
person. You
doing
don't think
nothing.
logically.
So
You
if
you
I'm
are
irrational,
irrational.
if I'm
You are
so
irrational.
irrational and I'm negative,
You are the
you
exact same
straddling
as
the
the
fence.
bisexual.
You ain't doing nothing but straddling the fence.
Gentlemen,
I
gentlemen,
don't.
gentlemen,
I
gentlemen,
think
gentlemen.
logically.
You
Nick. Yeah,
straddling the fence,
and
nigga.
Goat does too. Goat does too. Okay, he's just
No, he
passionate
does
at the
not.
moment. Yes, he. Okay, you obviously have not heard
No,
some of his takes. Look,
I don't need to
y'all
hear
need to
his
stop
take.
taking
Everything he says
personal
is negative.
jabs.
That's why I don't listen.
You don't need
It's
to know none of
football.
this.
It's
It's a
football.
fence grabber.
This is football. It's football. At the end of the day, it's football. Y'all need to relax. My goodness,
Yeah, I'm not mad.
I've never seen so much uproar
No, you
over.
taking that shit personal though, Nick. He ain't
I
like it's
just
I'm
got
not
one
taking.
question
Listen,
for King Falcon.
what part of I got personal? Do I seem like my feelings is hurt?
I ain't get personal.
You
Just
Yeah,
got
because
yeah,
I
personal.
No,
said
it's not.
yeah.
It's
You get
not what.
personal.
It's not you and
I
how
don't
you're
feel they got personal.
reacting, Nick. It's what you're saying.
if he don't like it, then he can keep it moving. I don't care. What am I supposed to kiss his
Oh, we
ass
good. We good. I'm
and,
good.
and play
I'm
nice?
good.
I got a question for King
I'm
Damn,
Falcon.
good.
King Falcon.
That's the way I want him to come.
King Falcon.
Okay.
dang.
I know. I, I, King Falcon. What was
Damn,
your
Nick.
defense ranked last year?
Damn, Nick.
Damn what, man? I'm sorry, man. I am not going to pat y'all back and stroke y'all egos. That's not my
Red.
place on this world.
Who's your
Last time
Yeah.
I checked, no
Red?
one
Say
was
what I want.
Who's
asking you to
who's
do
your
Do
that.
whoever I
defense
want to.
ranked last year?
23rd. 23rd.
that's cool. I'm saying that's cool,
What's your
Nick.
prediction
But
this
we
year?
don't need to be telling each other shut the fuck up and all that shit.
Middle of the NFL, 15, 16, or 17.
Do PFF got y'all ranked there?
I got
Oh no, hell no. They got us. They got
hey
us
Pop,
near
when
the.
you done, I'm getting swarm ass too. Cause
They got us. I think they got us 27th or 28th, maybe even 30th. Hell, I don't
Why
know.
you hold on? But why you ain't bragging for us to pull that up? I'm
Well,
going to
yeah.
sleep. I must be sleepy.
Yeah.
Good night. Love y'all.
Good night.
Checkmate.
Good night. Good night. But one thing you won't catch me doing is straddling the fence, though. So I'm not afraid to take a position. And
You
and
see.
you're
But you
just
want
as
me to be nice.
capable.
You
You're just
see
as
what I want to be
capable.
nice.
You're just as capable of asking Twan to pull up any of the sites that I asked. In fact, you asked him to pull up the running back when I didn't. You started that discussion. When you got your ass whooped, now you want to talk about defense. We can talk about defense. I bet you he ain't went to sleep though.
I'm gonna tell you this though, Swan. When it comes to your quarterback, like somebody was saying earlier, I think it was MDJ.
Yeah.
If you tell us pull up, hey Twan, pull this up, and it say Atlanta top 10 O line, and pull this up, and you got top 3 running backs, and pull this up, and you got a top 10 wide receiver. Then y'all motherfuckers underachieving too, because if y'all couldn't fucking stop us, and if you got all that shit that you bragging about, then how the fuck y'all didn't go to the playoffs? So what's going over there in Atlanta?
Well, I'll tell you what happened in
With all
Atlanta.
the fucking weapons, what
I'll
is
tell you.
Pitts gonna do
I'll
with that?
tell you
And
what happened
Twan,
in
that's my
Atlanta.
point. That's
Yeah.
my point right there,
We
Twan.
had an offensive coordinator like y'all
Oh,
who couldn't get the best production out of his defense. And we had a quarterback who went in the tank beginning week 10 for 5 or 6 weeks straight. That's what happened to the Atlanta Falcons that was leading the NFC South and fell off to second place last year.
that sounds like a fucking excuse. Because
Well, I
ain't
didn't want to make it, but you asked me what happened.
Look, but the Panthers, but look at this. We ain't giving nobody over here no fucking excuses over here in Charlotte, bro.
I've heard a lot of them. Guess what? Hey Twan.
But
I heard you.
hey,
When I heard you on Friday Free for All making that I've been wanting you to explain, but I was gonna wait till another time. But you said you said don't blame. You said don't blame last year's defensive players for being 32nd in the NFL because it was a guy who was leading them. Did you say that?
I did say that, and I stand on it.
Who's leading those same guys, even the acquisitions that you brought in?
Swarm, let me explain
No,
that first.
answer my question.
Don't leave it blanket. Don't leave it blanket. I answer your question, but listen.
I'm asking for a name.
So look, I'm asking all of y'all though. Listen,
I couldn't believe you said that shit.
If Evero, listen, all the motherfuckers that Evero was still coaching was still NFL players. The National Football, they still pros, bro. He just didn't trust the motherfuckers. He ain't tried nothing. He could have opened up that whole playbook up and just tried what he needed to try for all them damn weeks. We weren't gonna win. But why the fuck was
Nick
he
laughing.
so conservative?
I know why Nick laughing.
No, I'm just saying.
Hey, I don't care what you say, Twan. All NFL players ain't created equal. I don't care what you say, Twan. All NFL players ain't created equal.
Even when there was no way we could get into the playoffs, he was still calling conservative plays.
That is how okay, man. You're like, if that's his tendencies, that's gonna be his tendencies. That doesn't mean that he's gonna automatically change to freaking I'm gonna start blitzing all the time. He's not going to do that. That's not in his nature.
It
you
better
can't
be.
do that.
It better be his goddamn nature this year.
When you're behind on the scoreboard. Can
There you
y'all
go.
agree to that? You can't
Yes,
do
I
that
can
when
agree.
you're behind on the scoreboard.
Yep.
But it don't. I agree with you on that, Goat. But at the end of the day, that is not his nature in the type of defense that he's running.
So
but can we agree that you cannot do that when you're behind on the scoreboard?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't get extra.
So another fact of the matter is, how many games were we leading at any time?
Okay,
none.
Handful.
Hey, Nick,
I think it was 3.
Nick, let me get this one though. But listen, am I telling the truth when I say the defense was the reason why the fuck we kept getting behind? No. That's because we was getting scored on.
It's not just the defense. It's not just the defense. If you're scoring, and then they're still getting scored on, you'll still be able to keep up.
You're right. So my thing is, meanwhile, while this defense is allowing themselves to be scored on,
you just said right, Twan. You just said right. You just contradicted yourself. You just contradicted yourself.
How did I contradict myself?
You didn't say nobody was gonna catch that. You just contradicted yourself.
And that's why I called it out, Goat, because I heard him contradict himself Friday or Thursday.
You gonna let me finish, or you gonna stop? So if you calling all these conservative ass defense, and then you get behind doing that shit, then why the fuck would you continue to call some even more conservative shit when you the reason that we behind?
It might be the personnel that he got.
You're not the only reason.
Players that he had.
Dude, y'all act like every NFL player is created equal. That ain't true.
They still.
I'm not going to let the defense be the only thing that. I mean, yeah, right, Twan. But here's the thing: when the defense is on the field, what is the most amount of points that they could ever possibly allow in one whole series? What is the most? 8? 8 points is the most they could allow, and that's if they get a 2-point conversion. When it's then the offense's turn, what's happening?
They better put up 8 or you're behind.
We are at the either way, but
they're going 3 and out.
And that's that. We are ranked at the very bottom in the NFL for average time of possession on the field as an offense. We are ranked at the very bottom for first down and first down conversions as an offense. We are ranked at least 26 in third downs and third down conversions as an offense. So I cannot sit here and say that it's only the defense and it's only Evero. That's why I made my statement earlier. The entire team has been either piss poor or horribly inconsistent.
That's what the fuck I always say. I never said it was just Evero.
That's an entire picture right there. That's an entire picture.
Thank you, Goat. And she broke it down. She broke that shit down beautifully. And Toy, at the end of the day, this is my argument.
I agree with her.
I asked you to give me some concrete evidence as to why you see so much difference. What you have effectively changed from what she just said, all of those 3 and outs, not putting up points to match the other team, irrespective of what the defense does, is a rookie wide receiver and a running back who's going to play backup.
I mean,
nothing else moves the needle.
I mean, but you don't know if they do or do not move the needle, because I mean, oh boy could come out here and be freaking offensive rookie of the year. You never know.
And Nick, you're not wrong, because that is also very possible. there's been predictions where he could be offensive rookie of the year, and those are all still predictions.
Yeah, that's what
all I'm going off is what the team did last year, because that's all I have to go off of. And
I agree with you on that.
That's why I said I don't see this offense or this defense making these light year jumps that a lot of people are predicting.
I'm thinking middle of the pack.
I don't think our defense escapes the 20s. I don't think our offense is going to escape the mid to low teens at best.
I think
you ask me this after another draft and an off season next year, it could be a different story. But this coming year, off of what I've seen and what I've just looked at, it's I love being excited, but at the same time, and I know it's what, Twan? What's it called, Twan?
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. You're saying everything correct. But listen.
Oh, it's cold. I thought you said it's cold. My bad.
No, I said it in the beginning.
At the end of the day, though, what is Tech? How many yards do y'all predict Tech McMillan?
No, but listen. My point is this, though, and Claire, no, I don't mean no disrespect, but Claire can sleep too. I will remind her of this shit.
You don't have to remind me. You don't have to remind me, Tom, because if we end up winning, then I'll happily eat crow. I have said this 100,000 times, and I'm not going to ever get tired of saying it.
Yeah, y'all going to eat that crow with some rocks, because I'm going to throw all kinds of rocks in that shit. It ain't going to be an easy chew. I'm going to tell you that.
I hear you.
I mean, and that's on you. You're not going to hurt my feelings any type of way. We're winning. Who gives a shit what you throw at me?
Yeah, but I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with the Evero hate, though. I don't. I mean, all players ain't created equal.
That makes no never
I don't care whether you're an NFL player or not.
Sorry, Nick.
And Nick, I agree with you, Nick. I thought it was. I thought it was an unnecessary shot to blame the DC for what those players didn't do. Just like I agree.
I mean, come on now.
I was pissed off at the performance.
We had the worst defense. Man, we don't need your
but
ass.
It's not all. But it's not necessarily always on the. It's not necessarily on Evero though. The players have to be blamed at some point too. The players have to be blamed at some point too.
Nick,
you want him to magically make players.
When he called blitzes and when he did other shit, those guys had a pretty good success level. Why would the fuck would he not go back to it?
All right.
You agree with
that?
Nobody can blitz all the time.
Nobody said blitz all game.
And you know who he was blitzing? You know who he was blitzing? He was having to blitz freaking J.C. Horn and Michael Jackson. And you know what teams usually do once they figured out what the teams usually do after they figured out that you do blitzing your corners? They throw the ball exactly where they came from.
Let me get this right.
Where he vacated.
So if our defense looks terrible again this year, so let me get this right. So teams gonna say, "Oh, we'll hire Evero. It wasn't his fault." That's what you say.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, you gave him some more pieces this year. If he looks bad this year, then it's his fault. But at the end of the day, last year he had Fuller as a safety. Come on now.
So why all world person did they give him? Let's be realistic.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like it's what I'm saying. Look, as much as y'all putting it on the defense, you're right. But look, Evero constructed that defense, and the thing was,
all world person they given.
But what? But look, Kendall, why the fuck did they get rid of his staff and not him?
They didn't get rid of everybody.
Because they getting ready.
They got rid of a few people.
That filter, can't you read it writing on the wall?
Look, man. So the way I see it,
the
way I see it,
they made it felt bad because they didn't give him the shit to work with. They may have felt bad about that.
I'm gonna say this.
And Dan Morgan is filtering out every damn. Last year he brought his whole staff back because they were building the offense in Dave Canales' image. They figured they done that. Now they get ready to work on the other side of the ball. They get rid of half his staff. Next year they getting rid of his black ass. Can't y'all read it right on the wall?
Yeah. Well, look, as far as what I'm concerned is this. We talking about here and we debating some last year shit. Because based on what I'm saying this year and the title of the fucking show is, I think Evero make the rights. Will right his wrongs. I obviously think the offense is going to right their wrongs. I think the coaches is going to right their wrongs. I don't think everybody's going to be perfect, but I think we're going to be good enough to get 9 to 10 fucking wins and get in the playoffs. And that's all I ever put up there, bro. To the top. And for you motherfuckers that don't think that we're going to get in the playoffs, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying no fucking Super Bowl. I said the playoffs. If
I don't think y'all getting in the playoffs.
Listen, I want to say
I
this.
don't think y'all getting in the playoffs.
This is over with. Then.
I want to say this,
I don't think
Twan.
y'all getting in the playoffs.
I want to say this, Twan. I'll be 100% honest. I think the needle's going to move to about 11 to 12 wins for the wild card.
Bet it then. Oh, I thought you told me we gonna win 11 or 12.
No, I think that the wild card to get in for a wild card is going to be 11 to 12 wins this year. I think the NFC. I think the NFC is going to take a step forward this year. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, that's why it's an opinion.
Where's it coming from, Nick?
What is 11 to 12 wins coming from?
Still the NFC North.
It was 10 last year.
It was 10 last year. You had to win 10 games last year to get in. The needle has continuously moved forward. The NFC has been behind the AFC, but the NFC is starting to catch back up.
And the NFC won the Super Bowl last year, so that's ultimately what they look at.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes, the AFC is still a tougher conference to come out of. We all know that.
Yeah.
The quarterback play over there is hellacious.
Ridiculous.
We all
it's ridiculous.
Know that. But the NFC is coming up. And it's like we have said, many of these same people, we talked about this many times. Because these teams were doing so poorly, they were picking in the top of the draft, and they start selecting quarterbacks that's going to make a difference. That's what you got. That's why you got Jaden Daniels. That's why you got, honestly, potentially Caleb Williams. Ain't nobody talking about him. He wasn't shitty. Yeah, he wasn't shitty last year to begin with.
No, he wasn't shitty. He wasn't. Listen,
and you got a GM that's out there fixing that.
I'm looking at it from a whole, man. You had two teams in the NFC that won 13 games last year.
Exactly. Wild cards. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. So like
I hear you, Mello.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying the needle for the NFC is moving up, and it's not because of the quarterback play. You're seeing more consistent team play in the NFC than you are in the AFC. In the AFC, you got the prolific quarterback. But I mean, maybe we can get there too because you're gonna have one or two.
Yeah,
you gotta look at you had 3 quarterbacks in our division in the last 4 years, right? That's not in the league right now, and we were some of the top quarterbacks in the league the last 5 years ago with Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, and Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. So you got to look at that drop off right there, just in one division.
All potential Hall of Famers, legitimate, all potential Hall of Famers. We lost that. You got to replace that. You got to replace that.
And you don't do that in 1 year. We obviously know that.
And sometimes it takes more than one draft. It takes more than one draft to get it done.
And then it's a crapshoot.
Like
it's a crapshoot because ain't no guarantee. Ain't no guarantee that you're gonna draft a quarterback and gonna be successful. I keep trying to tell people what Jaden Daniels and oh boy did. It's miraculous.
Yeah.
It's miraculous.
Then you gotta look at what San Francisco did. They drafted that's over there in Cowboys.
Trey
Then
Lance.
they dropped him. They got Jimmy G. Then they finally got Brock Purdy. You got to look at what. Well, they just swapped quarterbacks, like I said, Detroit and what's the name?
LA.
Arizona had Josh Rosen, and then they went and drafted Kyler Murray. You see what I'm saying?
So we may not hit a home run. We may not hit a home run with Michael Penix, but you better believe y'all might have to replace Bryce Young. Don't think that necessarily he's it.
Why you had to take it there? Why you?
Because the music playing, I got to cut to the chase, baby.
Yeah, man. This shit been wild, man. It's been
Yeah,
fun.
but he had on longer than Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and all them other niggas y'all talking about. So he still got a chance.
Well, give him a round
man.
of applause.
Number 1 overall.
I'm gonna leave it off with this.
Yeah, Trey Lance was number 3.
I'm gonna leave it off with this. Look, man. Look, everybody's opinion is welcome over here to 704 Charlotte Bell Show, man. Ain't no right and wrong answers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking forward to the season, man. It's just a bunch of dudes. We all anticipating the season. We ready for it to start tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of passion around here. I want to thank everybody for coming through here, man. From T Cole, my man Red Swarm, my man Goat from the Black Cat Panther podcast, Popping Bullets, Claire, Edge, and Nick with the staff, man. Who else am I leaving out that came through here tonight, man?
Twan.
A lot of people out. Oh yeah, 336 Boston came through. What'd you say, Swan?
Yeah, just real quick. I hope that in Nick's terms, the reverse psychology, I hope that everybody realizes and appreciates my coming in here talking about the Dirty Birds. Use that as reverse psychology to hate my team and love your team more. That's my only mission, man.
In Nick terms, what did I say?
Reverse bisexual. Just
yeah. So look, check this out, man. We're gonna start off with Red Swarm. Let him give a shout out.
Hey, that's all I got. That was it, Twan. Appreciate you, Greek man. I thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate the lively debate and discussion, man. Wouldn't have it no other way. The season is drawing nearer. Hell, in 2 weeks, man, these guys will be going into camp. We're gonna have some preseason football. We're gonna have some camp battles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So shit. Look, if it's like this in the off season, bro, it's gonna get ridiculous when the season starts, man.
I love it. I'm
just hoping that the title stands true. I get to wake a lot of you motherfuckers up. But shit, look, they might be putting me to sleep during the season if shit don't work out my way.
Right.
But look,
right. That's
let
the
me
excitement.
go to Tico next. Tico, get your shout outs, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to shout out everybody, man. You know, I'm new to the scene. I just want to let everybody know I appreciate the content.
Hey, we family now, bro. Family now.
For sure, And man, I just know that, we just like you say, we're waiting on the season. And everybody everybody is excited. So we gonna see. And I one thing that I say is that, Bryce and the Panthers organization has put us in this precarious situation to the fact that we are divided to where I'm standing on my square.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As far as with Bryce Young. As far as with the Panthers, I don't, it's too many variables to know exactly who gonna be good and who ain't gonna be good and what's gonna happen with injuries and other shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I know the main topic with this franchise is the QB. And I feel like he's not going to regress. And what he's done as far as being 6-22, but showing progress at the end of the season, what it has done is gave us this optimal position to where we can choose sides, to where some people can be like, I got to see it. And some people be like, I feel like he got it. And all we can do is wait and see. That's all we can do.
Yeah,
but I'm standing on my square so we can know exactly when we come back on this podcast, week 10 or week 12 and we 2-13 or we 13-2, and we can pop our shit. That's what this is for, bro. That's what this is for.
It's like 7-7. Hey, look, man, I've known this guy, man, for so many years. This been my homie since way back in the day, man. We had just so many classic debates, man. You know what I'm saying? My man Goat. Tell them where they can find you, man. You know what I'm saying? Where you at, bro?
Hey, man, you see us coming up there, like you said, about 2 weeks. Training camp, Black Cat Panther podcast. Great show. Let them sleep. But some of y'all motherfuckers need to wake up because year 3 with a question mark. My God. I'm out. Appreciate you.
Respect that, Goat. Question mark. I can respect that.
Nick, you got the final word.
Yeah, y'all can all go to sleep, man. Sleep. Y'all sleep well. Twan gonna throw rocks at y'all if y'all wrong.
I'm gonna wake that.
And I'm gonna watch and laugh.
Got my alarm clock ready. All right, man. Look, check this out. It's been another one. We'll be back here sometime this week again. Probably gonna be a morning show or whatever. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for these shows, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Black Cat Panther podcast. And any of these podcasts I hear that y'all like, man, that's out here really doing it. You know what I'm saying? I support who support me, man. You know what I'm saying? And looking forward to a great season. This is the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, man. And we'll see you guys later on this week, man. I don't like to say keep pounding until we actually start doing it, man. But see y'all later. We'll get it done, man. Yeah.